misfits and we're coming for the glory. Love to hate us cause it's scary that these rejects could be legendary. Come and have a taste, a tiny bite could poison your fate. You should know the brave, they don't fear the grave. We are the natural ones. The holy hypocrites are on their black thrones, or righteous renegades who come for their crown. We risk our all for our souls, and we raise a drink to soothe the sting that death brings. We're your favorite misfits and we're coming for the glory. Love to hate us cause it's scary that these rejects could be legendary. Come and have a taste, a tiny bite could poison your fate. You should know the brave, they don't fear the grave. We are the natural ones. We are the natural ones. We are the natural ones.
A little special cut for you guys. We thought you
longer
guys would
cut.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
the beginning.
Welcome to the wrap up.
Welcome to the wrap up.
So, what's
because
our
I wrapped up on my wrap.
agenda for the wrap up,
Yeah,
gang?
we do have an agenda.
Okay, so like I have like stuff for us to talk about, and like I figured we could play a little game as we go along. So
Oh god.
I thought it'd be fun to do a trivia game throughout the night. So can you all hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
I'm just
good.
worried.
Yeah,
because I
well,
didn't
yeah,
know
we're
that there was
just-
going to be a pop quiz, so
Yeah.
I'm a little nervous.
Win!
Yes, exactly. So everyone, with all my players, and if you're watching at home and you think you're up for it, grab something to write with and grab something to write on. I'll just throw out a question every 10 minutes or so, and we'll just see how we are doing.
Here's a question, Michelle, who knows Twitch more than I do. Can we, NatOne, gift a sub to somebody?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so whoever gets all of the
answers,
yeah,
right?
if
but
any,
how are we going to prove that?
First
Oh my
God! Who was that?
Who was that?
Jackalops.
whoa, Jackalope,
Hey,
thanks.
That's amazing. Thank you. Let's cheers to that.
Yay.
Cheers to you, Jackalope. That's amazing.
Happy season one.
Happy season 1.
I love that. Hype train
Can
is
you
close.
play
It says.
some cool music for us, Jay,
Yeah,
while we're chatting. So it's
I
not
was
so
thinking maybe just like
quiet.
our sensible
the
friend
lo-fi, right?
here. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do that. Our Wags got a gifted sub. That's exciting.
Love that.
Oh, we love that. That's one of our
Wax
biggest
is,
supporters.
like right on the other side of that wall,
Oh.
teaching class right now.
Wyan Ragnar.
The reason I'm streaming tonight is because my husband has come down with COVID, and while I so far have not, I don't put anyone at risk, so I'm just staying clear of the group. But I wish I were there with you all tonight. Like I'm like, this sucks because tonight's like a hangout, casual night, and it would be very nice to just be in the room with you.
That's right. And you haven't had a hangout night for a long time because you've been doing your show.
Yeah.
We've been doing. We've missed you on Girls and Games for the last like 2 months or a month.
We
and a half.
have
Yeah.
got to finish 14 minutes, whatever the fuck it's called.
12 minutes.
12
oh
minutes.
My God, that game.
Greg was
really
telling me about this.
kicked us in the
Oh
balls.
my
That
God.
Do you know about
kicked-
this game?
No. Wait,
That
this
game
is
kicked
the,
Michelle
I mean,
in
I
the
know
balls
that
so hard.
I know that they were playing a game together that Greg said I wouldn't like or something. That's all I know.
Yeah, I
We
don't know
were-
that you would like this. It's a lot of backtracking.
We were
which I
playing this
normally
time
don't
loop
like.
game, and we really thought we had it. We thought we had it, and then the game threw a trick at us, and we were just dumbfounded. And one person in the chat had bet so much against us that we were gonna lose that we were so motivated to win. And so when we lost, and that person in the chat won like 40,000 duties
we were
or
like,
something insane.
we're winning this. There's no we're not winning it. And we solved it. The memory came back. There was nobody dead. It was a whole thing, and we were like, ha 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 ha, ha. Fade to
We
black.
did
The game
it.
restarted. We were so gaslit by this game. I still am traumatized, and now I'm desperate.
What's
to
that
beat
Emily
it.
Blunt Tom Cruise movie?
Do you want to give more? None of this means anything to me. You want to give context into
Okay,
what this game is?
what you have to do is live the same 12 minutes over and over and over again as you find out more information in each life.
So it's like Groundhog
And it's
Day.
like sort of, yeah, but with like violence and with like mystery and cell phones and like
Is it first
order of
person?
events. It's like above. So like
Oh,
you're seeing these
okay.
people in rooms like
Edge of Tomorrow.
Edge of
It sounds like
Tomorrow.
Edge of Tomorrow.
I don't know
a
what
little
that
bit.
is.
Oh, you would love it. You would love that movie.
Oh, it's a movie.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh.
god, we should watch Edge of
Is that the
Tomorrow
one
if you
with-
haven't seen it.
Wait, what
Emily
is that?
Blunt and Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that one.
Oh yeah, it's really good.
I-
So it's a game that's like that, as far as I understand. That like
Thought it
you
was
go
called
as far as you can go, and you learn what you can learn,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then you die and you have to start all the way over.
I
And
just
like,
rewatched that recently. It's
Yeah.
a really fun movie. What a blast.
Yeah. Well, so anyway, the game is very good, and I'm desperate to finish it. And the first Thursday you have available, Greg, we are playing that until it's over.
I want to come. And
I agree,
watch.
and I mean,
free.
I'm back in like it's like I have like 2 more weeks or something that I can't do Thursdays.
Is that on
and
your?
then
Is that on your
I
PlayStation?
miss it. I miss being on
Yeah.
Thursdays. The last time,
Is that continue?
I think the last time I was on Thursday was with Michael Thomas Grant, where I got
Yes.
so mad playing Smash Brothers.
Yeah. That everyone was scared. Everyone in chat was like, "This is a red flag."
I
that
was
true?
having a tough time. It was like
That is so.
rough-
Wait, what does
rough
that
night.
mean,
And
red
no
flag
one will
for-
understand the nuance of why.
Michael Thomas Grant was like, "Well, it's really not like. I mean, we're just playing for fun." And Greg's like, "Oh, you think we're just playing for fun?" Like it was legitimate.
We were
rage.
until Michael started being like, I don't really play this game. And I was like, you do play this game. And he was like, no, I don't really play this game. And I was like, you have like 200 hours on this game. And he's like, no, I don't. I barely ever touch it. And I was like,
It
you
was
are
intense,
gaslighting.
Princess.
And then I
Oh my God,
got
that's so
very competitive after that.
I will say it's not fun to play with somebody who's like I don't like playing Mario Kart with Jason
That's mean.
because he's memorized all of the courses that it's not fun. There's not a challenge there.
I've earned
Yeah, it's
that.
not
And it's
fair.
not even
I mean,
like
well,
me-
just for me, I like grew up playing Smash, so I'm so like.
Didn't I
I'm
win
like,
last
I think
time we
I'm,
played
I
Mario
just
Kart?
think
That's
I'm
rude.
automatically
I
good
was
at it,
raised up
but
and it was
I don't know all the
bad.
new items, and so I'd touch an item I didn't know, and it'd be like auto kill, you're dead.
Yeah, like I don't really like this is gonna sound wrong, but I don't really care about losing. It's more about like the fun of the game, which I know everyone's gonna be like, sure, but it's true.
Yeah, a little bit.
But
sure.
when you play, I knew someone's gonna say that. But when you play like over, it's the same thing. If I kept winning, I just don't think it would be fun. It's like what you said, Greg,
Yeah.
about that person that with the Zelda game that made that like indestructible.
Right.
Machine
it's like
thing.
cool. You design something indestructible, but now the game is.
Right now, the game's boring.
Yeah, it's just the same shit over and over again. So
Yeah, it's cool to show people, but then you're like, I guess I just want to stop.
I
playing.
can confidently say that beating Bianca every time does not get boring.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
Okay.
Oh, I thought that joke was going to go over so much better than it did. I thought you would laugh at that joke.
You're such an asshole. Can
Bianca.
we cut Jason's feed and mic, please, Graham?
No.
If you could
Easy
just go ahead and
peasy.
cut it.
Easy freaking peasy.
Just fucking cut his shit. Oh, he's doing it. Oh.
No.
He's looking at the board. He better be nice.
Don't cut me out.
Jack, I am not playing Tears of the Kingdom. I didn't care about Breath of the Wild that much.
I'm in the middle of Breath of the Wild because the boys got me, and the girl, the one
Thank
girl,
you. Yeah.
got me a Switch for my birthday, and so I'm going through Breath of the Wild. I'm almost done now. But then I want to play Tears of the Kingdom.
I'm
Also,
not
you
that,
guys,
crazy about it.
As
It's
of
too open world.
as of Last Girls in Games, we did create our first official NatOne Switch account.
Oh right.
So
I didn't
now,
even know this was a thing. What do you do with a Switch account?
no,
Well, that
now,
way we
like
can-
we can post it in our Discord, and anybody who hangs with us can like friend us, and now we can all race on Mario Kart or play on Smash together, or like
Oh,
now
Yeah.
when we have like Girls in Games, we
fun.
can all play with each other.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Should we
Yeah,
do
yeah.
that for all? Well, I guess there's not a lot of multiplayer. I was thinking, should we do that for like PlayStation and stuff too? But there's probably not a lot of games. Switch is really the.
We could probably find some multiplayer for PlayStation that like a Street Fighter or like a Left 4 Dead online multiplayer or
Ooh,
something.
Fun.
Yeah.
Left 4 Dead would be
There's also
fun.
like Pummel Party, which is like Mario Party but different. I actually think it's really boring. I shouldn't have suggested it. my
Okay,
friends,
cool.
my friends
Cool,
like it, and I
cool,
don't like
cool.
it. But we could do Mario Party. Can't you do it now online now? Mario Party?
I don't know. I think you
I think
can.
we should dive into D&D stuff.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Sure, I guess.
Here's your first trivia question.
Okay.
Let's start you off with a fun one. Name the continents that you have visited, and bonus points if you can name them in order.
Oh, so name all the continents that we visited.
Is Wallonia
Yeah, and if you give me the
on
correct
Pacific
order,
Northwest?
Don't save it.
including
Don't save it.
repeats.
Oh, wait, how are we answering this?
So-
On our own paper.
I'm writing mine down.
Yeah, I told you.
and
I
then-
told you to get a writing utensil and a piece of paper like
Oh,
10
I don't
minutes
have
ago.
that. I'll just type
Bianca
it.
Giselle
Then I could
Beach
just
already
lie.
literally-
Type on your thing.
I could just lie and be like, I said that.
No, type on your thing.
I
Well,
will,
don't
but-
lie.
Okay. Is it? And we're supposed to do it. We're supposed to do it
it's
in
not,
order.
The point is not to win. The point is to see how you.
I
do.
want to win.
This coming from the
Okay.
person who was like, I don't really want to win. I just want to have
I
fun.
know.
All right, we got Greg trivia.
Okay, so don't do it out loud. You know, like you
So,
guys,
I'm not gonna win.
try
though.
to remember the continent names and the order we did them in, because we're going to talk about them. So all these names will get discussed, but I want to see if you remember them before we do. In the meanwhile, chat, I want to ask you all, what is your favorite continent that we visited? And I can't really say the names yet because our test takers are taking those tests. Don't you look at the chat answers either, you players, you sneaky D&D players. Let's see. And don't forget that we started the. I'll give you some hints. We started the whole thing off not on Pacifica.
I do not.
Hmm? So while you guys answer, I'm going to talk about Tears of the Kingdom.
I guess also we should do a time limit, shouldn't we?
I just
we
started
could do
playing
Greg.
it.
Should we do a
and
timer?
I was kind of intimidated by the building aspect of it.
Greg.
Greg Neighbors.
But, like,
Greg Neighbors.
yes.
We should do a timer, right? So that it's not too like much dead air.
I would only think I'd give you like another minute for it. So I'm gonna talk while you guys do it.
Fab.
But
Okay.
I'm gonna put 1 more minute on it.
I'm ready.
Ooh, someone's already done. Gold star.
think
I
I'm
just
done.
started playing the game. Like I started 2 weeks ago, and I played like an hour and then left. Okay, so 2 days ago I got into it, and I was really intimidated by the like builder aspect of it. It kind of feels like a little Minecrafty almost, and after playing it for like an hour and a half, I'm like super into it, super addicted. I think it's so creative. And win 2 fields. Good thing we're not counting spelling in our answers, right?
Oh, you better not.
Oh, oops. I'm answering as NatOne in the chat. Sorry, everybody.
The power has gone to his head.
Okay, 15 seconds remaining on the clock. Get your answers in.
I think I have all the ones I can remember at least.
I think I'm good.
Yeah, me too.
5, 4, 3. We all done?
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay, great. We will grade at the end of the night. So, moving on. Now that
what?
we've done this, let's talk about the continents. I want you guys as players to lead us through the order of the continents. Do your best to describe what the continents were like.
I feel like I'm gonna be doing this to you all night.
Smiling and dancing at me?
Uh-huh.
Why?
It's creepy.
Because I just feel like Michelle's gonna try and A+ her way through this trivia, and it's my solemn goal to beat her.
I have to be honest. I am not amazing at trivia, and I was not an A+ student.
I don't believe that.
You went to school with me.
Yeah, she wasn't.
Wow.
No. I aced English, no problem.
Sure.
I didn't care about anything else.
I was gonna say, like, we also went to a performing arts high school, so we didn't fucking care about like.
Yeah, we
Maths.
had like what was that one that we had? It wasn't like humanities, but it was like we had English and then we had special English with the program. but
Oh,
don't
I
remember.
didn't have it the first year.
Oh.
Banyan, welcome to the party.
Hi.
The only thing you've missed is we're doing a little bit of trivia as the night goes on. So grab like a piece of paper and a pencil or open up like a Google Doc or something. And if you can, list every continent that NatOne has visited in order throughout season 1.
And this leads to a good question for you all. I was going to say, why don't we chat our way through the continents and just talk about memorable moments?
Okay.
We started off in Wallachia. Did
Yep.
we all get that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good, I gave you a hint. I would
Can I
hope
have
so.
it?
Okay, what does everyone remember about Wallachia?
Big bad.
The Great Shoe Festival.
1, 2.
Yeah,
A big
I remember the
battle.
Great Shoe Festival. That was
Killing
our opening episode,
Cyprus's
and I thought that was such a fun place to start.
I remember they were made fun of, right? Like Hallstatt, the village that Cyprus was from, was made fun of because their export was like making sandals.
Yeah, instead of like closed-toed shoes.
Right.
That's right. The other, like the most revered of the islands make high heels,
Oh.
while Hallstatt simply makes sandals.
Which now that we know what we know, it's so funny that the Pacific Northwest island makes sandals. And now I understand why they're made fun of.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of layers going into that thinking for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, really deep thought.
Oh my
And
God.
now you guys have I guess kind of returned to a much sadder. Also poor Wallachia, because we started the game with Wallachia getting invaded and destroyed, and then we ended the season with Wallachia getting invaded and destroyed.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Mist Otter saying hi to Inara
Oh.
was definitely probably that, and beating Tristan at the shoe contest.
Oh, man.
Those things might have been my peaks.
That's right.
The
that was where
Inara-Tristan
that was where
rivalry
Inara
is
kept
happening
showing
very
up.
in real time tonight.
Tristan at
It
games of
is.
strength.
Yeah, I remember it was like this kind of fun stat check game.
Yeah, you guys.
That-
Usually when you're at like a festival, there'll be
Yeah.
like simple mini games.
And then there was like a meteor or something, and like all these bad guys started teleporting onto the playing field. And it was just complete chaos, like running through portals, things getting destroyed, buildings getting lit on fire. And we all... Oh, yeah, because I started in Pacifica in Priome, and I came through with the regiment on horseback.
Yeah, the first thing we ever heard of you in the story was watching you walk through the portal to Wallachia.
And it was Kentel and it was like our first week as official knights.
Did you make it Kental?
Oh yeah, Win2 Field says the debates were very fun too. I remember. That's
Oh,
right.
the
The great shoe
debates.
debates were very, very, very
I
fun.
don't remember the debate.
It
I
was
feel like
like
I did well for the debate.
it's like if the whole
What was the
world could
debates?
have one
I think I
shoe
rolled
or
well.
2 shoes or something like that.
Yeah, and I remember making an impassioned speech about it. But weren't we on a team or something?
I think we were.
Yeah,
It was team debate, and you all did great. I don't remember who won.
we did.
Yeah, must
I
have been
do.
us,
I,
because
I
we were
remember, and I'm
amazing.
not just saying
yeah,
that.
yeah. I don't remember.
I
wanna go
remember
back
us
and rewatch
winning.
that.
I remember us
think
winning.
maybe Garrett won, if I remember correctly.
No.
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 Maybe he won one round, but I feel like Michelle and I both did really well.
Yeah, and we're super
And we were like
talented.
rolling well or something
Yeah, and
too.
we're beautiful.
Like, and we're also very pretty, much
Mhm.
prettier.
Yeah. In game, out of
Um,
game.
The thing I remember the most was when we got into the battle and I started like blasting through with Adamaya, and all the other players were very confused as to how I had all these spells.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
And then at one point, I was sitting next to Jason at that time, and at one point I used Wish, and he turns to me and with so much attitude, and he's like, "You have Wish?" Like he was so upset.
For me, it was when you did chronal shift or time stop, whatever it was.
Time stop.
Time
And,
stop.
like,
Time
so
stop.
time
I was,
stop
she
gives
was like,
you-
so I just stopped time for whatever, however many seconds, and I was like,
Well, and the mechanics of time stop give her plus 1d4 turns, and she rolled a 4.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So she got 5 turns in a row with insane. And I, as a DM, am like, she's gonna kill them all. Oh my god.
So for some context for everybody, like my character came like she started at an 18, and then when the real game started and she left Kauta and Jurakan and escaped, she basically lost all of her power, and that's why she dropped down in levels. So like nobody else knew that like my character was coming in at a level 18. So it was just really funny when Jason was like, "You have wish?"
Yeah.
Like I still
Yeah.
remember that.
Oh my god! I
I
wanna
think,
go back
you
and
know,
watch that
everyone.
first
I
episode.
think everyone always expects you're gonna walk into the game at the same level, so it's a fun twist to not do that.
How long can I get that back? I'm level 5 right now, Win. So
Oh no,
Probably
my
not
oh no,
anytime
my
soon.
dear,
Not
you are
anytime
officially level
soon.
6. Boom.
oh yeah, now
You
we're
guys-
level
at
6,
the end
but
of the season.
nowhere near
We didn't do
18.
it on camera. Let's do it here, everyone. Level up!
I already
Yay!
did. I already did.
I haven't done that yet. I have to do it.
Okay, wait. So we did that, and then the next place we went was Priom or Pacifica, because then it was a 10-year
Pacifica,
jump.
that's right. The next
Yeah.
continent we went was Pacifica. What do we remember about Pacifica? What stands out?
Outside the
Renoir.
town of Belleville. Bellevue?
Renlock,
Belleville.
Renoir.
All the Greg lovingly lets us name places that we create, like if it has to do with our character. So since I'm from the Pacific Northwest, the continent
Oh,
of
is that why it is?
Pacifica,
Oh, I didn't
yep.
know that.
And then like I grew up just outside of Bellevue, so Belleville.
Okay.
And
So
then I
you
was
were like
born
really
in
creative, is what you're
and I was
saying?
born in Renton, and so we were traveling to Rendon.
Rendon is just a cute name, period.
Yeah.
Rendon sounds
Brendan's a
good.
really cute
And
name.
then like
Yeah.
Tristan, he grew up in the halls of Hamblin, and my elementary school in Spokane was Hamblin Elementary.
Sounds great.
You know, just love letters.
I like Hamblin Hall.
Love letters that only Hey It's Lauren understands because she grew up with
Yeah,
me.
that's funny.
I think that's cute.
Yeah.
Ooh, I was looking
so,
at
okay,
love
what
letters.
moments stand out in Pacifica and what characters stand out in Pacifica?
Renlock.
Yeah, Renlock.
Okay, obviously we met Renlock early
The-
on. What do we think of
The
Renlock?
oh.
He's still cute, but Inara thinks he's shifty. So I think-
Bianca finds him a little annoying. Adamai is like, he's just someone I have to work with.
yeah.
He's too smooth. Like he's kind of got that like Texas oil baron
Yeah,
vibe about him,
totally.
where I'm like, you're just too. There's something about you that's too saccharine. Like you're too nice, you're too smiley, and I'm like, you've got an angle. I don't care what it is, but like you've got one. Don't pretend you don't have one. That's my
Yeah.
only thing with Renlock.
Do you think there's a deeper story to Renlock?
I just wouldn't be surprised if like it turned out that like he and the government were actually working together.
Well, what do you remember about his backstory?
Almost nothing. Oh, isn't he the son? He's Renye the Fourth, or Renlock the Fourth, or something like that.
Yes, he's one of a lineage, and his lineage basically run Rendon, which
Yes.
is the second biggest city next to Priam.
Yeah.
So he comes from a family that basically owns a whole huge ass city. And you guys haven't been to that city. You went to
Yeah, we still
instead
haven't
you just
really
went
been
right
there.
to the portal.
We were
near the
only
city,
ever on the road to
and
Rendon.
you ducked out.
I think
So-
no, didn't we get to Rendon? But then that's when we quickly went to Tanky Gibbon.
Well, yeah. So there was a portal right outside of Rendon, and you just
Oh,
went
we
straight
never
there.
made it
You could have gone to
into
Rendon
Rendon.
and tried to help Cypress with his arm, but you guys didn't
Right.
think there was anyone who could do it. So you just chose to jump in the portal.
Then that's when Kim the cleric was like, "Deuces, I'm going to Rendon. Bye, bye."
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God, Kim the Cleric.
Yep.
Is Kim the Cleric still in the line in Knox Fuse?
Oh yeah, she's still there.
Wait, Kim the cleric was in Knox Fuse?
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
Kim
because
the Cleric
remember-
showed up at Knox Fuse and helped you, and then when you got to the city, it was the end of the episode, and so she went and stood in line, and you guys got escorted in.
I don't remember that either.
Yeah, she was, because I remember she was there for the tea party that we had outside.
It was like they asked you right up front. They were like, "Are you like wealthy or not?" And if you said wealthy, you went to this tiny little happy line, and if you said not, you went to this like 1,000-person long DMV basically.
I would like to believe that even after the Easter Bunny and all of the drama, that Kim the cleric kept her spot and is only just now finally walking into the city.
Oh my god.
She's like, now to find my friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Finally made it in.
Boy, there was such a storm.
Hope they've enjoyed themselves.
I forgot. I saw
Together-
in chat
well-
Win posted about the rats. Do you remember the rats? That were
That's
like,
what I was gonna say that I
Yeah.
remember.
the rats with the personalities.
The RUSs.
No.
No, I know.
Oh, right. There was
Oh,
like
I'm
the
thinking of that other
whole-
team.
The other team.
Aren't they called
Oh,
the rats?
that's what I was thinking.
That's
of.
what I was
No,
thinking
but
of.
I
remember
forgot
Oh,
about
like
the
went to like
rat
a
rats.
sewer and there were like actual rats with
Yeah,
personalities.
with personalities, where like he was like, "Hey man, give me that piece
That's
of chicken."
Garrett's thing, right?
Yeah, with yeah.
The ADHD.
They were fucking with,
No. Like in
I
Pacifica.
do not remember that.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
we went into the
Were
tunnels,
we rats as well for Garrett's D&D thing?
we were
Yes.
cats,
We
and
were
they
cats.
were, and
And
we were,
cats
rats.
and we dressed up as rats so that we could break into the rat kingdom.
Yeah.
And get our friend back or something.
Oh
Yeah.
my god! What
I
is it
don't
with
know.
rats in our game?
Yeah. Greg, did you know about that? The whole Garrett's whole ADHD adventure was we were all house cats or alley cats.
Oh, I watched the episode.
Oh,
back.
great. Okay, great.
Yeah,
That is funny.
I
You should
mean,
do it
it was
meanwhile.
pretty. It was pretty epic. It was also like Garrett's 30-minute adventure was like 100 minutes long or something.
Yeah.
It was
lengthy.
Yes. I think it was an hour and 10 minutes, and all of ours were, I think, about 30. 35.
It was also a lot of okay. Now you're this, but it was very, very fun to watch. I have to say. Okay, well let's do another round of questions, shall we?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause I
I'm
definitely
gonna
got
ask
those right.
you a couple of. These are all names, so we're gonna talk about names of NPCs. I'll just shoot out 5 of these, and then we'll move on.
Yeah, NPCs.
What?
Oh, I'm
is,
definitely-
Yeah, you're going to get this one right.
what is the contested name of the gnome who helped you in Dasaklub? I'll give you 15
no idea.
seconds.
Couldn't even begin to guess. I would just make up a whole new name.
Okay, next question. What is the name of Oliver's childhood friend who ultimately turned on her own team to help Oliver assemble the perfect squad?
You said a gnome in Dasaklub?
Yeah.
Oh, it was a halfling.
We,
I
we,
was gonna say, okay.
You're right.
we just
He's a
talked about
halfling.
them, I think.
Because I know their name, but I don't remember the gnome's name.
Yeah, it's the halfling. You're right. Okay. The next question. What is the of the boomstick enthusiast who helped you in Nox Fuse?
No idea.
Wait, say that one more time, Greg.
What is the name of the boomstick enthusiast that helped you in Nox Fuse?
This is groovy.
Okay. What is the name of the gaunt, tall one devourer?
What?
The gaunt, tall one devourer. Okay. What is the name of the creature that once called herself Azrael?
Oh.
Oof.
The creature? No idea. I don't have an idea.
What is the name of the witch in Pacifica who reads the future?
You're a nightmare, and you have to leave this room.
Oh my god, I've tuned it out. I'm like looking at spells right now.
You're
so
a-
I'm like, I don't know these.
Is she so excited? Okay.
Wait, no,
and-
hold. Give me like 2 seconds.
2 seconds. Now go to the next one.
You're rude. Oh, fuck.
Here.
It's okay. And the last question, and this is the hardest one. 4-pointer.
Oh.
What were the 4 arena leaders in Dasaklub?
I don't even remember there were 4 leads. Here.
Hold on.
Some people in the chat. Win says that's a tough one. Banyan says, I know almost all of them. I mean, honestly, Banyan, I think I also know almost all of them.
God.
Probably should have gone and checked.
I
the answer
remember.
before
I remember
asked
where
it.
they were too.
Let's see. I remember Boom. I remember Boom. I remember Boom. Who am I missing? Who am I missing? What? I'm like, well, think about the genres. I'll give you hints. There was a rock. There was a pop. There was an R&B.
Yeah. I think I just
fourth one.
remember them because I
one I'm
helped
missing.
because I made so many images of them.
Oh, that's not
Oh,
fair.
man.
Well,
Well,
I
it's
might
not
be
helping
back and
you
check it
because you don't
myself.
have
I
all.
thought I
shh,
knew.
quiet. You don't know me.
Win says he has all but one on the whole list. That's impressive. I think we can leave it there. And let's keep talking about our game. Okay, so the first continent we go to is Dasa Klug. What do you guys remember about this place?
I remember that the door that we came through on the back said like stage entrance or something, and it closed like permanently behind us.
Oh, that's right.
We were VIPs, and people hadn't seen a VIP in however long. We met the character on the dance floor who told us about the world, where basically like the dance of everybody fueled the power for Dasa Klub. So everyone had shifts where they were required to like put in their dancing time. And then weren't they also like paired up to be together to produce more people to
Oh,
create?
yeah, there
the
were couples,
dance?
weren't they?
Yeah.
They were essentially like assigned coupling and reproduction. So like because the club, if you remember the club, the size of the club was directly respondent to how many people existed inside of it. So the row, but that could be problematic at times. So the club itself, you know, as far as you know, the sentient club managed its own population to best suit its needs.
I remember that there were like 3 sections that we had to get into. There was like there was VIP, Jesus, VIP, VVIP, and VVVIP.
Yeah.
There was a building of people that were jumping off, killing themselves because that meant something, but I forget what it meant.
I remember I was in during these episodes, and I remember this was like our first kind of place. I gave you an area map, and you guys started using it, and we got frustrated with each other because you wouldn't go talk to someone, and you guys were like, do something. Greg, something needs to happen in the game. And they were trying to get to automatic VVIP status. Right. Of course they were. You know, I gave you all these obvious flag, like, here's what you'll need to do, and you guys were trying to jump right to them.
I remember that there was a Baron Snosborn.
Yes.
And a Baron and a Aaron. There was Ozzy Osbourne and Sharon Osbourne.
Taryn Shate or something. No.
Yes, it was Baron Snosborn and
Oh wait, I thought we were.
Bozzy Bosborn and Baron Bosborn.
No, I don't think those were the 4. Those weren't part of the 4.
Oh, okay. I was like, because
They're not the 4. Those were just. I mean.
No, because those were bad guys. Well, Sharon Osbourne was a bad guy.
Baron
Snosborn.
That's right.
Baron Snosborn and Baroness Snosborn.
That's right. If you guys remember, Baron Snosborn pulled a trick on you and was like, cool, here's your exit, and actually tricked you into going into the VVVIP area without proper status, which got you sent to the Quiet Place.
Oh, that's why we got sent to the Quiet Place. Right.
What do you remember about the Quiet Place?
We woke up without
Long maze.
Cypress. We were in cages. We
couldn't talk.
Yeah, we had like a collar around our necks, and we all were in a separate cages from each other, I think, or maybe we were all in the same cage, and
We were separated somehow.
Scrix was, or whatever.
Sticks.
Right, exactly.
Scrix, Sticks,
Yeah.
Nix, Tricks.
I did not see anyone writing anything down.
I already wrote that down.
I wrote that down.
Okay, me too.
See, she's gonna be Hermione Granger.
That's why I was like a gnome. I don't remember a gnome. I remember that.
The
other
fact
thing.
that you
He's
could
like, oh,
remember
halfling.
their race, I have no idea. You could, if you
Well,
were like, what is the
'cause I
race
imagine-
of
I guess when we're doing
Styx,
this
I would have
thing,
been like,
I'm imagining their height, and so like I don't remember looking down at a gnome at that moment. I mean,
Yeah.
we met gnomes later, but like
It was the whole
And
continent of
there's a picture
Dosaclub was
of her.
halflings and dwarves.
It was halflings and dwarves. The whole place was halflings and dwarves?
Yeah,
thank
everyone
God
was
for that.
halflings and dwarves.
Got it.
RMI had to make a skeleton key from a finger.
oh yeah, literal.
Oh.
No, wait, no, we took a skeleton key. The guy's
You
finger
took-
was the key.
You had to break a
Yeah, we had to break
body,
someone's finger
which
off,
then,
right?
Which then Styx helped you carve into.
And then there were lots of conveyor belts. We were on a lot of conveyor belts.
Yeah, there was a whole conveyor belt system. I actually can picture the exact map for the Quiet Place in
Same.
my head. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably
There
because
was
I
the
made you
hallways that
guys.
went up and
Remember, I
down
did a
from the
challenge in
start.
that one.
Yeah, it was basically
Where you
like
had
a
to
bracket
run,
like
and I
this,
didn't let you
another
look at the
thing
map
like
before you
this.
Yeah.
did, and
Long
you
room
had to
here.
take turns choosing directions.
Yeah, I like doing. I want to do the iPad map thing again.
Me too.
I do
Yeah.
too. We just lost our stylus, so we have to replace
Oh,
it. But
I-
think
yeah,
we
yeah,
can
yeah.
ASAP.
Oh, I think I put one in there. We can see if it works, but that's a conversation for a different day.
Yeah. I remember we eventually we made our way through all these twisty-turny rooms. Lots of Frankenstein-y shit happening. Which we still are kind of like, what the fuck happened to that continent and those people, like, that were just
I thought what they were-
Frankenstein experimenting on their own people.
I thought what they were doing was trying to create the most efficient dance worker.
I think it was, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, that was my next question: is
Most
what
efficient
the fuck
dance.
was going on in the Quiet Place?
That,
What do you
I
think
thought it was
going
like,
on?
oh no, it was that that's how they killed people and they recycled their parts, and that's how what they used for law enforcement.
Right, they were like Frankenstein soldiers.
But
of,
yeah, I couldn't tell.
people.
I couldn't tell if the Frankenstein soldiers were the result or the byproduct.
like were they Gestapo kidnapping people and just killing them and making them police?
No, like are they attempting to make the perfect dance creature, and the ones that don't work, their brain is
Oh.
washed anyway, and they're made to be the police because they have these like.
Right, they're like waste not, want not.
Yeah, exactly. So I couldn't tell if they were the product or the
Oh, that's
recycling.
fun.
Yeah.
Greg, do you know did you decide that, or do you know?
I do know what's going on in Das Klub, and I think it'd be a fun place to return to. So
Yeah, people really did like
Shit.
I liked Dasa Klub. Although Dasa
I
Klub
think-
was pretty terrifying.
I was gonna say, well, and also now that like I have a bigger grasp on Motion Array and all the music we can get, like I was thinking if we ever did go back to a club place, I found a lot of Blade style club
Ooh,
music.
Cool. Yeah.
That
Like
would be
really
very cool.
creepy, deep house vampire
Yeah.
sounding shit. Yeah.
Very cool.
So we can just do a whole thing of that. I don't know why music really gets me in the mood.
I really liked Dusty Klub. It was the first place we went. It was like I really wanted to really go far with the concept of it. And
Yeah.
so if you guys don't know that you do at this point, you invented Das Club, right? Do you remember that?
We invented the name of Dasa Klub.
Oh, it was
In
the
our
tower. Didn't we
last
put all the
game,
things in
It
the
was
tower?
me. It was mine because you let us design. Each of us designed a room, and I was like, and everyone designed like something serious, and I was like,
In the Spring
mine is a club that you
And
can
it's
never
called
escape
Das
from.
Club.
Yeah. And I don't
So-
remember what like someone had a mirror room. I think yours was like
Mine
a
was,
mirror
I think,
room.
probably a mirror room.
I don't remember what yours and
Oh,
Garrett's-
from the Spring Kingdom?
Yes,
Yeah.
Spring
that's where it
Kingdom.
came from. Spring, I
So-
think.
Spring.
We created this little pocket dimension in the Spring Kingdom that was called Das Club, and in our last game 1,000 years ago, you guys would go there, and it was a tiny little dive bar, and you could hang out there, and you just created that,
Oh
and
my
so
God.
that place
Oh, that's
lived
not what
on
I'm
for
thinking.
1,000 years and turned into what you see.
The thing
Like,
I'm
it just
thinking
kept
of
expanding.
was in a tower, and it was like
Yes.
in the basement. I
But
don't remember
remember-
it being a dive bar that we went to.
It was like a EDM beats place, and you would go in and you'd be like, "Das a club."
Yeah.
Das a club.
yeah.
Yeah, it would like.
But it wasn't like a
the-
dive,
The
it was, like,
Spring
in
Kingdom
the-
like palace was like a pagoda.
Well, it just
Yeah.
and one of the
you just-
floors of the pagodas was a club.
I
Yeah,
think what
you
you're
totally
saying is
described it
evolved.
as like an 80s
Yeah.
like synth club kind of thing, you
Right.
know? And so like That's what it was, and that's where Dasa Klub comes from. Is that 1,000-year-old little place kept expanding and took on a life of its own.
Good night, Dennis.
Oh, good night, Dennis.
Night, Dennis.
Yeah.
Tristan wanted to help the people. The others were like, "We can't do this. Let's get out of here."
What does help who? I don't remember that.
So Tristan was like, these people are being held prisoner and this is so unfair and they're basically in this like fascist world. And we were like, okay, we're level 2. Let's go.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was how the conversation went.
Yeah. Some battles you can't win.
I mean, and you guys didn't just leave Dasa Klub. That was the first time we got a TPK and the total party went down.
Oh, true.
And
You had to
when,
get
so
rescued.
in the whole,
Yep.
like,
We
you
all
guys
did.
woke up all the creatures, you were running through that place blind, trying to find Cypress so you could portal out. But you woke everything up, and you guys were being pursued by this army, and you got into the last room, and I think Tristan went and blew up this big machine, which, while you guys were trying to open the tuliport seeds, which take 30 seconds, right? But in
Oh,
battle,
this was the
that's
first
turn.
visit from Trivia Question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What,
This is our-
what was that?
This was the first visitation from Trivia Question
Number whatever.
number whichever.
It's actually
Mhm.
5.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't number
So you guys got in that room, you blew it up,
Sectioned them.
and Tristan, after you blew it up, the only person standing at that point was Inara, and your explosion made some of the ceiling collapse and hit her, and then you were
Yeah.
knocked out too. And that was the first time you met
Madam!
Madam, which is the
That was the
name
name-
of
that's the
one
name
of
of
our other
Azrael.
answers. So that was the first time you met Madam. You didn't know back then who Madam
Will you
was.
accept
What did we think of her
mistress
back then?
question mark?
Never wasn't even close.
No.
That's a question for Greg.
What did you think of Madam when you first met her?
Oh, I mean, a total nightmare. I mean, like, absolute, awful, Faustian, deal with the devil, not to be trusted, but I guess we have no options, let's do this situation. So Jason likes her a lot. Tristan just feels very lost because, and I think now it makes sense that he chose it because he probably always knew something about her felt familiar.
Yeah, well, Tristan also, like a reveal at that last episode is that Tristan, that red spire that you've been seeing in all these visions, Tristan already knows exactly where it is.
That's that's like the citadel in
Yeah.
It's in
Zatos.
It's high
Yeah.
in
Yeah, in Old
Zatos,
Frey,
you know?
the citadel of Old Frey.
yeah, Citadel, exactly what it is. And you saw your friend get killed, and you saw your goddess get turned into this, and you kind of blocked it all out.
Yeah.
Cypress lost his poor arm, which inspired an instant hit song.
Oh.
I don't remember.
One arm.
I'm shocked.
Or something like that. Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Inspiration.
I can't take full credit for that. When Two Fields DM'd me the timestamp of One Arm this week.
Oh, funny.
And I went through and I clicked it and I was like, oh, that's one of our better songs.
I do wonder.
Graham says One Arm is the best song of the season. I think that's got some tough competition.
Ooh.
We've had a lot of good music throughout the whole.
I do wonder what it's gonna sound like on these mics now to sing.
Well, we can
'Cause
practice.
Each voice is individual,
We can
as
practice.
opposed to just harmonizing into those big brass circles. You know?
You mean like some people are gonna sound louder than others because they just
Yeah,
project
louder or any other way.
more? You mean you might hear
Louder,
you more?
pitchier,
Different.
Yeah,
Worser.
worser, better,
Worser, better.
You mean
cuter,
you can't
prettier.
blend in, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Normally I try to find the middle, the brown note in the middle. and
I
just,
think
like-
you do great.
Yeah,
I
thank
think
you.
you do great.
I'm just saying, but I am wondering. I am interested to see how the mics sound with music,
Well,
especially picking up the piano. Actually,
Oh, they
because this
won't.
is probably they'll probably pick up some of the some of the ambient sound of it, but they won't pick up as much as the other mics did for sure.
yeah.
We have to figure that out.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's okay.
Well, since it's an electric piano, maybe there's a way
We
to
can
just
just plug it
hardwire it
in.
into something.
Into the board.
Yeah.
So it has its own level.
Okay, next up, you guys
Me like that, though.
headed back to Priam, and you meet competition before heading out to
The
Rendon.
rats.
Yeah.
And here's my next trivia question. What does RATS stand for?
I don't remember. I have the worst memory on the planet, so I won't get any of these.
I'll give you a hint. It's RAT, small s, not big S.
Here's the thing. We had so many text conversations about what we should name them.
But we did decide on one.
Yeah.
No, I know we did, but it's like, I don't even...
Yeah, I know.
Do you remember at least one letter?
No.
RAT.
Taking a guess.
I'm glad
taking
it's
a
not
guess.
just me.
I'm taking a guess.
I wanted it to
Okay.
be something like the ass hats or something, but we couldn't figure out enough letters or something.
We left we left Priam. We headed to the portal near Rendon. And on the way there, we had some interesting stuff. One of the things we saw in that episode was a temple to Xanthia. And in the temple, we learned, and you might have forgotten this completely. In the temple, we learned that Xanthia used to exist on Pacifica and disappeared hundreds of years ago and has never been seen since.
Is that in
Um,
our auspicious carriage episode?
Yes, that is exactly what that
I don't remember
Oh.
anything else from that episode other than the carriage moment.
Yeah, so we were in the carriage the whole episode, so technically it's all the carriage moment. But I know what moment you're referring to.
No conversation about the carriage episode.
Oh my gosh. Drums.
That episode was so crazy for me because I had all of these plot things ready to go, and I was like, cool, we'll get through like maybe 10 of these, and we got through 3.
Yeah, I was like,
So-
we didn't really draw many.
Yeah, and one of them was the Temple of Xanthia. You guys, your book, Inara, your book started going crazy, and it flew out of the carriage, and
The
you
Book of
chased
Greg?
after it. And then everyone chased after you, and you ended up in this old temple to
Oh
Xanthia.
yeah, with the writing on the wall.
And it wrote something in your book.
Yeah, I remember.
And then you guys found some old texts that just were these historical texts that referred to
Yes.
what I already said, that Xanthia used to be prayed to and honored here, and then vanished from the continent. Which kind of is a thing you guys have seen with the gods in this story, is that they seem to be limited to the continents they can
Yes.
go to. And do you
They're
have
trapped
any
just like
thoughts
the
on
people.
that?
Yeah. Well, yes, I do.
What are they?
Well,
You
it's
know,
interesting.
I'm fascinated by the fact that Xanthia has become so venerated when
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
didn't Setna and Locke also decided not to return.
Well, Ciri is alive but has not ascended to godhood.
Right.
Xanthia supposedly died and did ascend to godhood.
Yes.
Setna died, did not ascend.
Locke
Locke died, did not ascend.
ascend.
But I will say,
Zizix, we don't know.
I will say, if Xanthia truly was sort of more of an omniscient deity, she would be able to pass through the mist or exist. So why was Xanthia locked to a continent?
Right, why did she disappear?
Well, did she disappear when the mist came? And was she trapped on Willagia, and that's why Willagia maintained the religion of Xanthia, and Xanthia
You
came
did
to
not.
help
You
us?
you know
Oh,
this.
shit.
You know this from what you found. The mist appeared, 980 years ago, and Xanthia disappeared from Pacifica 300 or 400 years ago.
Yep.
Okay.
I do.
So it's not the mist.
I just saw that Wynn wrote about the gnome circus. I remember that because
The gnome circus.
I remember
When you have a
sitting
really good
at my
memory.
dining room table in Seattle
The
as my
sexy
stepmom
gnome
was trying to
circus.
prepare
We had a sexy
Thanksgiving.
gnome circus.
My stepmom's literally trying to get Thanksgiving plates set, and I'm sitting there mid-journeying gnomes doing circus acts on each other, and it just looks like a nightmare. And she's like, "What are you doing? Get off my table!"
Yeah.
Okay, where do we go when we hop through that portal?
Tanky Gibbon!
That's right, we go to Tonky Gibbon.
And I didn't.
Okay.
And I wasn't even there, and I remembered that.
I wrote
said-
that down.
I said Plurmkin Town because I didn't remember the name.
I'll give you
I
a
think
half
he said
point
Tanky
for
something.
Tanky Gibbon. And
No,
you-
I get a full point.
And you had to hang out with the Flurkies, and you went to the mashed potundra fields.
Yeah.
That's right.
I wrote
Okay,
Tanky
somehow you remember
Land.
this entire episode.
I wrote Tanky Land because I was like, it's something like that.
I'd like to know what the chat
Oh,
thinks.
wait.
Chat is a completely ludicrous
Aw.
holiday episode. Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing?
Wait, is a ludicrous
What?
is a ludicrous continent something that people like? Is that what you're asking?
Well, so far we got 4 out of 4. We loved it. So
Yeah.
It was so fun.
Well, tell me, what was the plot in Tonky Gibbon? Does anyone remember?
Yes, so it was something like we came in and we fucked up like a great sacrifice of a pumpkin or something.
That's
And
right.
so we had to
came
go
in
and get-
fucked up
We had
a
to go
huge
and
ceremony.
we had to go and get all of the ingredients to recreate it, and it was like we went to like the gravy pool and the mashed potato
Mashed
land
potundra.
and the green bean forest where there was like tofurkins or something that were scary, and there was like there was something about we had to leave Garrett behind because he was about to die, and then he became
Oh, because that's right. I remember a skeleton hand reached up out of the
yeah.
mud, and Garrett was like, "I take its hand," or something like that. And it had maybe a skeleton hand reached up with an apple or something. Anyway, Garrett was like, "I eat the apple." Without a thought, he did this.
Of course.
And I was
Excellent.
like, "Okay, you're cursed to only have a max HP of 1
Oh,
until
no.
yeah.
until the curse can be removed." And so for the rest of the episode, Garrett was like, "I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to sit on this stick and you guys go do it."
That's really
There was a
funny.
reason we did that because he had something like he couldn't die because it would fuck up the ritual or something. There was a reason we
Oh.
were like we were the ones who were like, no, Gary, you have to stay here, stay in this tree. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna crawl up in this tree and stay safe.
Well, you ignored him for 1 second and he ate swamp skeleton apples. You know, like,
Bad shit.
Dummy.
you're like, "Focus, Cypress." Okay, out of Tonky Gibbon, where do we go?
Meg Croon.
Wow, good job, Jason.
I'm
do
getting
go to
all these
Madrid.
right so far. I'm really proud of myself.
Me too.
Me mostly though.
Okay. So, what do we remember about Macroon?
I remember everything.
I think
'cause
it was my
wrote
least favorite
Yes.
place.
Oh, those are 2 bad sentences next to each other. This is Bianca's. Bianca's home. So she got to invent Macroon. She told me all about what it was and who the Allens were and who the oh my gosh, what are their names? The dendrites? What are their names?
The Dendrons.
The Dentrians.
Oh, Dentrians.
The
Because there was a-
Dentrians.
Because they had T's.
And she also invented the next question on my trivia. What was the name of the cherished and honored event that took place in Macroon?
Oh, wait, the event? Oh, not one that we've already answered.
No.
Yeah, this is a new question.
Oh, got it.
Question number 4.
Do you have a clip in your hair?
No.
Oh.
I threw my clothespin at him and he's putting it in his hair
I-
now.
Don't know what you're talking about. I
So
showed up like this.
Shut up. Oh, that's what. Yeah, Win is right. He was a giant spider holding something that already grabbed. Oh, it was the egg. It was the
Wait.
egg from the tofurkin or something.
When you're going to be our unofficial historian.
Our
Oh, by the way-
our lore keeper.
Nerd,
Our
Nerd
lore
Enthusiast
keeper.
messaged and said that they are very bummed to miss tonight, but they got tickets to see Spider-Verse.
Oh well, I guess.
I heard it's so good.
heard it's
I'm
so
probably
I
gonna.
wanna
Of course
see
it
I'm probably
is,
just
because
gonna
the
ban
first one
them
was
then,
so good.
Right?
Yeah, I think we should just ban
We
him.
should just
Yeah,
ban
yeah,
them.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
If you miss one of our
ban.
streams,
If you miss one of our
it's
streams, yeah.
automatic ban.
Ban.
Ban Yan.
That's a good business practice.
Automatic
Yeah.
ban.
You're either here
Yeah.
or you're not.
Yeah, you're either here or you're ban-yanned.
So, Macroon, first place, a few things happened. First place, a portal starts behaving oddly. And what happened?
What? Oh, at the
Oh, the party got split up.
yeah.
The party got split up for the first
Yes.
time.
And it
It's
was
kind of fun
Cypress.
because a lot of time.
It was Cypress and Tristan who got split from Inara and Aramaya because Michelle had to miss a week. And that was
Yeah.
the introduction of
Oliver.
Oliver.
Unfortunately, I got a free trip to Hawaii, and so I took that.
That's right. I
Wow.
forgot that's why you left. That's
Unfortunately.
right.
Unfortunately.
Oh God, I'm
God.
just
So
gonna
Yeah,
tear.
I was
dumb. Who
honestly
takes a trip to
sunbathing so
Hawaii?
much and
Um,
hiking.
Yes, and it's kind of funny to talk about that because a lot of times in the game, big decisions get made based on
Oh.
things like Michelle's not in the game next week. You know what I mean? I don't know that the party would have been separated had Michelle been in that episode. And so it's always fun to see how
Should we ban
real life
Yen?
kind of bleeds into choices in the game that I think are fun and interesting.
I think we should ban
That's
Yan
a funny
Mars.
comment.
I think Mars
I
should
think
be
we should.
ban-yanned.
I really
Banyan.
am enjoying
You're
how
Banyan.
much Banyan has been integrated
Um,
into
Oh.
Okay,
our...
what happened to
I
the
didn't
Macroon?
think
Tell me
I
the
would
story.
love. Partly because Banyan, you are just like one of like our favorite people in general in this, but like also the way that Amanda just decided to
Yeah, totally.
give voice to Banyan.
Aw.
I'm like, now Banyan's like my favorite
And they were so cute
across the board.
We don't have favorites. We
Sorry.
love, we love
Favorites.
all of
we
you.
love everyone.
Actually, I will say, like Sprout also home run.
Yeah, Sprout
yeah,
was great.
very fun.
Yeah.
I don't really like, what's her name? Armar?
Really? You mean Inara? You're saying it wrong. It's called an
Armara.
Inara.
Armara.
Inara. Yeah, it's hard to say. It's a dumb
Sorry, you're
name,
both
really
pronouncing
dumb.
it wrong. Her name is Katie Self.
Inara.
Okay, well, let's look at our redeems. Here's a great question. What was the best NPC redeem?
Oh yeah. Oh well, Andre, we can't like you. You're a bad guy.
Oh, are you kidding? But think about it. Lauren was also an NPC redeem.
Oh my God,
Oh,
Lauren.
right.
I don't want to pick. I don't think we should pick best
I don't
NPC
think we
redeem.
should pick.
No,
I don't
I
think it's a
can't.
good
because
idea.
they were all so different and so
all-
fun. Like Kim,
yes.
the nurse,
We can
was
take a-
always it was also great. Like
Well, 'cause I also like I don't. Tristan doesn't like the Andre because it was terrifying. But having done like the previously on and like seeing all the like the images and shit,
Yeah.
like the Andre was one of the cooler like pictures to work on and like to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think.
That was fun.
Well, let's go through our NPCs instead of picking a fave. Let's.
Oh, let's just go. Like, can't
yeah.
we walk down memory lane? Wait,
Wait,
I
let's do
should
that.
make a video of our redeems.
Yeah.
Our NPC redeems.
That'd be
Let's
really
do that.
cute.
'Cause
That's fun.
Let's see if we can do it in order. I think our first ever NPC redeem.
Was it Kim the cleric?
I think it might have been Kim the cleric.
that was the first one.
I think so.
No.
Yeah.
It was not. Oh
And
well, Chowder
then-
Charlie is a wonderful. He's not an NPC though. I mean, he was not a redeem.
Yeah.
He
Kim.
was just an NPC.
Then it was Lauren.
I
No, I
think
think
our
it was
first one
Andre.
Kim.
No, because Lauren was in
But-
the capital city, and then Andre was when we got to Knox Views.
Right.
But no, but there was Andre like the prison keeper first or something, and that was at Dasa Club.
Andre the Jailer.
Andre the jailer.
I don't remember
Oh
Andre the
my
jailer.
gosh, you're
Yeah.
right.
Who was
Okay,
Andre the
I get
jailer?
points. I get points
Oh,
for
and then
that.
you guys.
Yeah.
Wait, no, it was Andre and Tonky Gibbon was where Andre
The
showed up.
Jailer.
Oh,
Yes.
I
He was our
was
jailer.
That's why I don't remember
Gibbon.
Andre and Tonky Gibbon because I didn't do that one.
Wow.
I get
Andre showed
points,
up in
I get
Tonky
points.
Gibbon, and then Andre landed the killing blow on something.
Oh, yes, it was definitely then. It was Kim.
Then
first,
Andre the
'cause that was on the way
jailer.
to Rendon. Then Andre the jailer.
Then Lauren.
Then Lauren.
Then Andre again.
Then Andre the giant.
Then Banyan.
Then
Right?
Banyan.
Yeah.
I think it's all of them.
We had another nurse.
We had
Kim
another nurse?
redeem.
Yeah, Kim redeemed again, but she redeemed
But she was just
a
herself again, right?
callback of Kim the cleric.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just
Yeah.
brought Nurse Kim back into the other condo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was just a
Oh, and then Banyan.
but-
Wait, do we say Banyan?
Yeah,
But-
I said it
yeah.
already.
thing.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. We should do like a to like a Celine Dion sound alike of for all those times you stood by
Like
me.
in memoriam.
Yeah. With all the NPCs we've had in season 1.
You should.
I mean,
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it
personally-
this week.
Yeah, that's
I'm gonna do
very,
this week.
really funny.
I'm doing it this week. That's gonna be so
I
fun.
wonder if you can find a bardcore version of that song.
Oh my god, yes. Or B, I'll find like a Motion Array thing and just send it to you and like if you have time. Just record
Yeah.
something stupid.
Okay. But I think it would be funny if it was that song, but bardcore though. That's funnier.
Yeah, agreed.
Than me writing.
I think
something
during her
original.
like short time, Lauren was one of the most hated characters
On Instagram?
in our
Yeah,
entire game.
Lauren
Yes.
was pretty widely despised for her ridiculous
I
cattiness.
loved her though.
Yeah, really good.
I loved
really good. It was such a
Lauren.
that was such a motivating character because we just all hated her.
We hated her. She was like Wendy.
Yeah.
She
She
was
was
like
Wendy. Yeah,
Yeah.
she was the new
Fucking
Wendy because she
hated
was so
Wendy.
mean to Linda.
Imagine Lauren comes back.
Yeah. Like look for her in a
Graduate- as a
villain, it's like someone
graduate.
you really love to hate.
Yeah.
As like a bard sorceress.
Did you
Yeah.
hear that, Greg?
Oof.
Did you
What?
hear that, Gregory? Say it again, Michelle.
Imagine if Lauren comes back, graduated.
Obviously, Lauren is coming back because Lauren had a huge like response. So once that happens, they're locked in.
Nice. Very good.
I have fun ideas for Lauren.
Okay, we should move forward. We're at 8:15.
Yes.
So the next place we go after Macroon. Well, we didn't even talk about what happened in Macroon. We performed at what was the event called?
Oh,
Tree Toots.
The
The
Tree
Tree
Toots.
Did we all get it right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good job, everyone. The Tree Toots. The Tree Toots were a huge festival, and we were solving a murder that had happened at the festival. And meanwhile, while one group was solving the murder, the girls were meeting this very, very sad society. Of
I had my
people who
first
died
kiss. I had my
Oh,
first
and Nara had her
kiss
first kiss.
Oh, from Will.
from Will.
From Will.
From Will with 3 L's.
the
Yes.
warmongering poisoned boy.
Who just got a little battle drunk.
Yeah, and that
Thanks
was it
to
for
Jason,
me.
right? That
Yeah.
was Jason who
I know
got
a
him.
red flag when I see one, and it is crushing the skull of your enemy gleefully.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like you're
For-
being unsympathetic.
Not for Michelle, but for Nara.
I feel like you're being unsympathetic to these poor children suffering from Fey rot.
Yeah, well,
Oh, Wynn just
right,
said
they were
that.
suffering
Wynn
from
just said
Fey
that.
rot.
Fey
Yeah.
rot.
I should have made that a
and we
trivia
were exploring
question,
the
'cause that's a
death
good
of
one.
Sheryl Crow.
oh yeah, Michelle Crow.
We were trying to solve the death.
Cheryl Crow.
The death of Michelle Crow, and I put that video together of her saying, "All I want to do is have some fun."
All I wanna do. That's so good.
It was so fun coming up with like fun, like owly, like
Stupid
puns and
owl
stuff.
jokes.
I hope we remember Spinhead Blinky Bird.
Uh huh. He was like my
Spinhead Blinky
mentor.
Bird ended up being the one who
Turncoat.
ultimately was behind it all, Oliver,
Yeah.
your old teacher. And Spinhead Blinky Bird escaped at the end of that episode when we battled in the Tree Toots, or rather when we perfectly performed and stopped a battle at the Tree Toots. He escaped. So there's another lethal villain out there, the dangerous, the horrible and terrifying Spinhead Blinky Bird.
Did we stop the Feyrot? Did we end that, or is that a thing that's still happening?
That's a thing on that world. So I think they had a relationship with the Dentrians or whatever they're called, that was they prevented the Feyrot, and then turning their backs on the terrestrials or whatever they are
Yeah.
made them susceptible. But it was a symbiotic relationship
Yeah.
originally.
Yeah, it was like the humans had been portaled there into the Feywild, and they're not natural to the Feywild, and the magic can kill them that's in. But if they're with these beings that channel it into such wonderful life energy, it helped them. But when they were like cut off from the community, and the Owlins didn't really know this was happening either, that they had become so radicalized because they were dying so young, you know?
Right. So they were like living 16th century style. Like
Yeah, they would die
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
early 20s.
I liked them.
You
I like
guys-
that. I like the I like that that world of human children, lost boys basically,
Mhm.
and their enemy birds in the trees, and then also some like super mega trees that were sentient.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty cool world too.
Yeah. Whoever
it's,
invented that
it
was
was a
pretty smart.
interesting plot
Thank you.
while we were there.
You're welcome, Michelle.
I think we only spent like 3 episodes in Macroon. And where do we go after?
Back to Priam,
That's correct. We did go out back to Priam after.
to the what's now the lost episode.
Yeah.
Ugh, sad.
The
Okay.
lost episode,
And
which
then-
we filled in, which exists now online, but
Oh yeah.
she's filled in.
And if you guys have seen it, tell us how amazing we are.
Yeah, Michelle and I just sat right there and talked about it for an hour.
It was good. We did
was
like
good.
normal chatter, and then we did, I think, like we were like, and action, and then we did like 40 minutes
Little
of
scene
recapping the episode,
Yeah.
and then we wrapped it up. But it was pretty easy to edit
Yeah.
because of that. We like both like, and then when we
Yeah,
were done, it was like
exactly right.
very
That's
up, and then we were
exactly
like, okay.
But that was a good episode. There was a lot revealed in that episode because that was
Yeah.
It
Tristan
was a plot
finally
episode.
talking
It was
about.
like, let's
the
move everyone's
fall.
personal plot forward.
Wait, say what you said, Greg.
I said, yeah, it sucks because it was a plot episode that moved the personal plots forward.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't a very action heavy episode at all, but it was something that stepped forward all of your character arcs.
Yeah, Tristan revealed that like what his order did to destroy their god.
And Cypress had just gotten that arm, and you had
Cypress
that
just
big
got his golden
argument.
arm, and then Inara went to visit a witch,
Named
Permissa.
Permissa.
Permissa is her name.
That's when I was like, you have to be quiet because I kept writing Primrose like over and over and over. I was
Primrose
like,
is pretty
Primrose.
cute.
But I was like, it's not Primrose.
That's from Hunger Games.
Primrose
Isn't it?
Everdeen?
Oh yeah, her name Prim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was like, it's not Primrose, but it's close. And then I was like, oh, it's Permissa.
Permissa.
Okay, and then where do we go?
Under the Autumn Kingdom.
Then we went to that like the petrified dungeon.
Yeah.
That's
I
right,
think I
the
got all of
petrified-
them right.
Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna show you guys because I was just cleaning and I found.
But what was the name of the Autumn Kingdom's continent?
Where?
Oh,
Oh, here it
don't
is.
tell me.
I didn't know there was. I just.
Okay, look,
Yeah,
look.
it's
This is the
Call
petrified
Michelle.
dungeon.
wait, let me think of it.
What's it called, Michelle?
It's not like Mendo 3ant. What the fuck is the name of it? It's
You're
yeah,
close, you're
it's
close.
yeah.
Oh, I got it.
Wait, look at my cool hand-drawn map.
Oh.
What's that?
This
Greg?
is-
Oh,
This is the petrified
Mithrandain.
dungeon. And when we do a map, this is kind of what it looks like from my point of view. And this is all I need to get me through. It's not all I need, but this got us through like 4 episodes it took us to get through this dungeon.
Yeah.
It was a huge ass dungeon.
yeah.
But it introduced us to our first time when we popped out into the Autumn Kingdom. I know that that's not a big moment to the audience, but was it a big moment to the players?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
It was really connected to a huge location that was significant in our last game.
Like the Autumn Kingdom was like our Hyrule of.
It was our
Yeah.
Pacifica.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the first place we explored it all. Really.
Yeah, our whole first season we started in the Autumn Kingdom. We chased the Kyra gem to the Summer Kingdom and then back to Autumn.
Yep.
And that was the first season arc.
Yeah.
And of course was always hunting us and always interrupting us away, horrors and all this other stuff.
Wendy.
So in Autumn Kingdom we had 3 arcs. We had the Petrified Dungeon arc, followed by the Linda arc and the capital
We've got- wait,
Mithrandain,
we've
the
got-
capital city of Mithrandain arc. And then we moved to Nox Fuse and we had the Nox Fuse arc.
We have an echo. Wait. Do you have our
So
feed
here's
up?
my next question. This is question number 5. What item does Aramaya possess that should not?
Greg, hold on one second. Greg, do you happen to have the feed of our stream open on your computer?
Yeah.
We hear it.
Yeah, we can hear it.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah, just mute the volume of the feed of the if you're in chat, if you've got Twitch open, just mute the video.
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't hear anything, but I will. My feed is.
She muted.
No, it's just me in the Zoom right now. Do I need to go to headphone?
I think it's okay now. It was only your voice that was repeating,
Yeah.
Okay.
but it sounds like it's gone now.
Did you hear the question?
No.
No.
Okay, so last question is this. This is question number 5. What item does Aramaya have that should not exist?
That what? That should not be hers?
That should not exist.
Oh, I know.
What item does Aramaya have that should not exist?
Yes.
Oh. I have that as question 10.
Oh, I'm not numbering them. Or should we be numbering them?
I did. But I don't know if we need to.
Okay. Do we want to take a break?
Sure.
Yeah.
I've broken their brains. Let's take our commercial break while you guys ponder this question, and we'll come back and pick up. We're kind of through our plot rehash, and then I kind of want to talk about things that are yet to come for changes we're making in the new season.
Yay!
Woo!
Amazing!
I have such a show and tell.
You
Oh,
do?
I'm so
Yes.
excited. I think we'll be through the plot rehash in another 20.
Greg, don't forget
So-
to mute your PC while we are on break.
You got it.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
y'all.
see y'all
We'll see you
soon.
back after word from these sponsors.
Welcome, young hero. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
Is that the sword of legend?
It calls to you. Take it.
That'll be 10,000 gold pieces. What? Where am I to get that kind of money? And fast? Trying to buy that sword of legend, but you're just a few coins shy? Hi, I'm Kathy of Kathy's Side Quests. Come check out my side quests and make coins fast. You'll find side quests like...
Help old man with turnips.
Wow, that took hours, and we had to keep starting over. Here's 5 gold pieces for your trouble. Or what about this lucrative side quest?
Follow cat at nighttime.
I just knew that cat was getting into my jam. What a worthwhile use of your time. Here's 12 gold pieces.
And who could forget this classic Kathy side quest?
Defeat goblins from the swamps of sacrilege so Uncle can take fabric to the next town.
Thank you for defeating those sacrilegious goblins. I'm a very pious fabric feller, and those goblins were very disrespectful. Yes, with Kathy's side quests, you too can experience the tedious joy of hard-earned gold. The chickens... I need to get you in the pen! The time is gonna run out. God damn it! I'm sure you'll figure it out, clever hero. Kathy's Side Quests, located in every village and township east of the Autumn Kingdom. Imagine a D&D game with the perfect soundtrack. A game where the music carries you away. NatOne is proud to present Mostly Moods, the perfect moods for your Dungeons & Dragons game. Grab a drink with the Dwarf King in the halls of Hamblin. Or battle some entry-level guards to the sounds of generic fight song. Relax to the gentle atmosphere of 2 background townsfolk bickering.
Back! Shut the gate! Back! Right over the top! They're everywhere!
No Spotify playlist gives you the feeling of Mostly Moods, because that's real music and we can't afford it.
To order Mostly Moods, subscribe to our channel and send a check or money order to NatOne D&D. We can't sell you a CD, but we can tell you where to get each track. Because all of our music is legally downloaded, YouTube. We pay for Motion Array, and I spend hours finding the right track for our game, so stop flagging our commercials and battle songs. I'm getting sick and tired of contesting every single episode with you people. Mostly Moods. Order now and get lost.
Do you have a DM who's targeting your character with negative attention?
Have you or someone you know been involved in a verbal dispute with a DM involving micromanagement of extraneous rules?
Hi, I'm Curla Finkelstein.
And I'm McLean Baba Dooley.
And we're here to help. Okay, so I told some friends that our last game had been really stagnant. The DM hears about it, and then this week, he melts my wand of grace. I drew a picture of that wand.
Has a DM ever approached you with an NPC that made you feel sexually pressured or uncomfortable?
Has a DM ever ignored the details of your character arc because it strayed too far from the module?
Does your DM track encumbrance in any way?
I'm Curla Finkelstein.
And I'm McLean Baba Dooley.
And we're here to help.
So I say, right, I don't know the answer to the riddle, but my character does. You're metagaming and it's bullshit. Next game, I spent 3 hours held captive by the Turkey Queen.
Does your DM only give inspiration to a player you deem to be prettier than yourself?
Does your DM use Counterspell in every battle since you've acquired 6th level magic?
Has your character ever proposed to a queen only to be flat out rejected by your DM?
Has your DM ever gotten drunk and allowed the party to twist the plot in terrible directions only to later sober up and retcon the story back to its former glory by claiming the characters were all just dreaming?
I'm Curla Finkelstein.
And I'm McLean Baba Dooley.
And we're here to help. I'm new to this game and I don't get it yet, but I'm just gonna say it. Oh, puffs! We're putting the power back where it belongs. In the hands of the player.
With money.
Call now!
Hot day. Winter Kingdom Ice. Yeah. Now that's cold.
Hey there, everyone. It's your favorite witch, Windletoad, and boy, have I got a ghastly sale for you today. Why, it's a genuine demon's thimble. Tired of poking your fingers with needles? Use a demon's thimble. But you gotta act fast because I've only got one. Telefans are open.
Demon's Thimble does not prevent fingers from getting poked.
No collars yet, so if you hurry now, you might just make it.
Demon's Thimble is a cursed object responsible for countless deaths and the fall of at least one civilization, though many do speculate they had it coming.
I hate to part with it, but that's Windletoad, always searching for your next discount.
Windletoad can only be rid of the curse by giving the Demon's Thimble to a willing participant.
Ooh, the telefans are really going crazy now, but I'm not gonna answer them because I want you to have it. Yes, that's right, you, but you've got to hurry.
Demon's Thimble is older than space and time. Demon's Thimble is not a thimble.
Know any demons? Ooh, they'll be so jealous.
Demons are drawn to and enraged by the Demon's
A
Thimble.
gift for a special someone.
Oh, absolutely do not have sex while wearing the Demon's Thimble.
Or maybe you're a little like me and you just have an eye for detail.
Windletoad does not have an eye for detail, as both eyes were taken by the Demon's Thimble.
So what are you waiting for? Come on down to Windletoad's House of Witchcraft.
Free lemons!
My pitch for any sitch, Windletoad the Witch.
1 out of 9 people will die after hearing this commercial.
Good evening, Seekers of the Night. Madame Lustra has foreseen your arrival. As the Feywild's only blind tarot card reader for the blind, I've honed my powers to perfection.
Okay, stop.
Ah, yes, you have chosen another god. How did you know? My mystical powers find me at an early age when I spit on a lizard god. I don't know his god. He just looked like lizard. Stop. Ah, yes, the card is 4 of Pentacles. Really? Oh, yeah. But Madame Lustra, I need reading too. I can still see. Come in now for limited time offer to those who still suffer from sight.
Stop.
Ah, Yes. You have drawn the fool.
It's the Seven of Wands.
I said you have not drawn the fool. You must learn to listen. So come to Madame Lustra, the Feywild's only blind tarot card reader for the blind. I'm somewhere between a fat horse and a windmill, or so I'm told. Remember, whatever you can't see coming, I can't see it at least twice as much. And that's my guarantee.
Nuts for nuts.
Our own blend of magical nuts.
Our nuts are magical.
Our nuts are sweet.
You make a wish, and we go nuts.
A big wish in a small bite. Have you been desperate to get to a bathroom?
Do you wish you could get that garden gnome to stop squatting in your privy? Eat our nuts.
Make that wish.
Wish you could get out of debt with the local tax man and really start living like the king and or queen you deserve to be? Eat our nuts.
Make that wish. I used to be a kitchen wench for my evil stepmother. Worked my fingers to the bone. My hand was promised to an evil baron against my will. I thought my life was over until the town crier told the village about this deal. Nuts for nuts. All I had to do was chop off my left hand, mail it to those witches, and now I'm the rich baroness in charge of my own dang life.
Nuts for nuts. Give us a hand.
We give you a wish.
Hey.
Okay, we're back.
And we're back.
Hey.
Oh, I got a puppy here. You want to see?
Do they pee on your floor? Did he pee on your floor again?
This is my dog, Kazoo.
Look at your baby.
Kazoo is a little monster. He really likes to pee and bite and eat anything I care about.
What is happening?
Oh, but he's so adorable. Yes, he is. Now you gotta get out of my room, okay, baby? Bye.
But then this is more much more important. It's fine.
Well, but you don't sit there. Yeah.
Okay, so we stopped off on the continent of... What's the name of this continent?
Yeah. What?
What?
Say that again.
It said, and what is the name of the continent that we left off on?
Mithrandane.
Continent is named Mithrandane, as is the lead city.
Thanks, Mittens. Wait, let's do a cheers.
That was a cheers for Kazoo.
Cheers!
Cheers for
Huzzah!
Kazoo.
I'll tell you what. I'll cheers to Kazoo any day, and I'll tell you what again. I cheers to Kazoo every night because I gotta get drunk. This little asshole keeps me on my toes.
Did you see the little corgi emoji, the animated emoji thing in chat? It's cute.
Okay, I have to open the chat.
It's very cute.
Oh, cute. Corgo.
I had a corgi before we had Kazoo, and we're pretty corgi obsessed. So we're corgi people. But my last corgi was such a cuddler, and this corgi is such an athlete.
I thought you were gonna say something else that started with an A.
Me too.
Yeah, I mean that one too. he is such a little alpha
athlete.
bro.
Sure.
Like, he's so straight.
I was gonna say my favorite thing is you said that Banjo was a gay gentleman and Kazoo is a straight boy.
Oh, he's a little bro. Like,
Banjo
sure...
wore a vest and a bow tie emotionally. Kazoo slams empty beer cans against his forehead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kazoo for sure is like a frat boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, what's up?
That's right.
He's probably like a fuck boy too.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Be better,
Yeah,
Kazoo.
Kazoo probably plays Halo. Kazoo has an Xbox.
What's wrong with Halo?
Greg is frozen. Greg is frozen. When this
What
used
if
to
Greg
happen.
wasn't frozen?
Oh, now he's back. He's back.
I'm
When
like, you guys. No, I didn't freeze. All of you simultaneously froze.
Oh,
Oh,
sure.
sure.
Yeah.
That's what happened. So it's probably because I have such a great internet connection. You don't.
Okay, yeah, that sounds right and not at all forced.
Okay, let's talk about our 3 arcs on Mithrandane. What were you players? Which of these 3 did you enjoy the most? We had the 3 arcs were the Dungeon arc, the Linda arc, and the Nox Fuse arc.
Can you restart
the list? I can tell you the list.
What was
I listened.
the question? I thought something in my head the whole time. I wasn't even looking at anything. I wasn't reading anything. I literally had a thought train going, and I came back to dungeon arc, and I was like,
What was your? I asked, what was your favorite arc in Mithrandane? Because we had the dungeon arc, we had the Linda and the capital city arc, and then we had the Nox Fuse.
Mine is Nox Fuse for sure.
What did you like about it?
I just liked that it was, clearly a metaphor for shit that we're dealing with right now. Like, so Greg and I had a whole conversation about what this continent was going to be and what Autumn Kingdom became. And he's like, okay, but we need like another kingdom on the same continent that's not this like ideal society. We need like basically like a villain kingdom. It wasn't a kingdom, but villain land space.
Yeah, I think you just said, like, it was such a casual sentence. You were like, also, I want there to be an evil Republican city.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, something was happening. There's something's always happening in the news, but something was happening in the news at that time, and I was like, I want to feel like I have some control over something I don't have control over.
Yeah.
And what a fun like, especially because we had just talked about how like the Autumn Kingdom was going to be this more like socialist society where everybody's
very
like working
mature,
together
very,
and like
very open,
very open, very accepting, very working together, whatever. Not to say they didn't have their problems, but like I was like, what's the opposite of that?
Yeah, right.
A conservative Republican
I
party.
thought it was fun because you had a lot, like Bianca had more say on the world this season than any of the other players because because we introduced Oliver, and so they get to tell me the continent their characters come from, and then I was bringing up the Autumn Kingdom, and Bianca's character stayed to rule the Autumn Kingdom 1,000 years ago. So I wanted Bianca to have a lot of say in this continent. And the others will have the same with different continents. Like you'll get to be informative about things, but Bianca had a lot this time around. But I really ended up, what was fun for me was that Bianca was like, let's make this evil conservative city so we can go fuck around in it. I'm like, you got it. And then once you showed up in the evil Republican city, you were like, this is a nightmare. I don't want to be here. And I'm like, right, because you forgot that you're still level like 4 back then or something. 3 or 4. And I'm like, you're going to be in this Republican city that is stronger than you,
It was still really fun though, and like, what was her name? Judy Ruliani.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Nun Judy, and the image that you found for her was so awful. It was.
You mean
perfect.
the image that AI
And the trimps on the tricycles.
The trimps, I fucking hated the trimps.
The trimps were disgusting.
Yeah.
The trimps
really
never
bad.
got to shine because you guys just succeeded like in 10 times, which leads me to one of my thoughts about one of the changes for our game. But I'll save that.
Okay.
You guys never got those trimps. They're like, they have like 5 hit points. You can knock them out with 1 hit. But if they talk at you and you fail your wisdom saving throw, you become confused by them. And that never happened.
Oh
We
my
never-
God,
That's
I
really funny.
would hate
They
that.
never succeeded.
Oh my
really
God, that's
funny.
really funny. I would have hated
And
that.
so they were supposed to be this really irritating, like, horde monster. There's 4 of them, but if any of them land their attack, they're actually quite bad. And it never happened. You guys just kept wiping the floor with them.
That's really funny.
I still
We
found
first
them
noticed
annoying.
them in the forest, in the little mushroom forest, right?
No,
So
didn't they
you
come
guys
through?
actually, in the mushroom forest, you encountered the other things, which were like the zombies that were being created.
Oh, the little firework zombies.
Yeah, they're called like Nocturnals, I think.
Yeah. Firework
And-
zombies and the yeah. You know
There
what?
was
You know
more
what I
with
loved?
the Nocturnal
My favorite
plotline that you
thing.
guys just didn't quite go in that direction. But yeah, the Nocturnals were, you heard a lot about it. They were like the Judy Ruliani was trying to create a lottery to force citizens to sacrifice themselves to become those, to feed the army.
Right. I really loved when we got there. I loved the splitting the party section. That was my favorite part of from like the petrified dungeon through Linda, through Nox Fuse. My favorite episode in all of that was when Sprout and I
Yeah.
were in the camp,
And the others were on the haunted island.
And was it in Nara and Cyprus?
Yeah, I
jail?
think that was enough where Bianca was
at
out.
the Alcatraz or whatever that was.
Yeah, we were in the Alcatraz-y ghost world.
Yeah, that was my favorite episode because both sections were very scary and very tense, and then they ended up both going so wrong.
Yeah, that was a fun episode. I agree.
Yeah.
Again, another episode that kind of like, I was like, well, Bianca had to go. Oh, Bianca was at the spa.
Yeah.
That's right.
Armaya was at
and
the
then
spa.
and then we got one of our best bullshit
One of our
amazing
best
moments.
jokes
The episode
ever.
after that, which that is one of my favorite moments of the whole season.
You know, and it's fun. I'm like, I try not to just metagame. I try not to openly metagame, but that's an example of fine metagaming. Because I was like, Bianca, I'm going to just give you an option here. Your character can join them in all of this horror, or you can sit out and just chill out while they do this. And you're like, what do I do if I sit out? Do I just watch? And I'm like, no, I'll have you roll for mundane, stupid things. And you were like, oh, 1,000%.
Yeah.
I choose that.
That's a way more fun
yeah.
choice. That's a way more fun.
Well,
choice.
especially because that was when we were at the tavern. The ceiling got bashed in by the Andre.
That was right. That was the end of our episode.
And that was the end of the episode. And then we start the next episode with Bianca back, and we're running through the city as this monster is chasing all of us. Meanwhile, cucumbers and chatty girls in the plunge pool.
And running out of fruit infused water.
Didn't you also roll for being able to reach
a glass
without having to get up too much?
Yes. I think it was like a strength roll, even
Dex,
like
maybe.
There was some dex rolls. Yeah.
God.
And
Listen, it's
ultimately, we left. And then we meet Siri. Oh, let me see if I'm skipping any questions. Oh yeah, here's an important question that we have not spoiled. But I'm sure you all know the answer. Question number 6: Who was Linda's first kiss?
Kiss?
Oh, duh.
It should be. I feel like it's an easy one.
I wasn't hearing that.
Oh, unless you weren't there for the episode.
But I just said I already know because you guys talked about it when I came back.
Great,
oh my
then
god,
it's an
I
easy
wrote the
for
question
everyone.
instead of the answer.
And if we hadn't have brought their name up, it would be do you remember that character's name?
Oh, sure.
This is a tough one. This is a question with multiple points. The question is, how many ones have you encountered in your story?
Oh.
And I'm totally fine with you guys answering them with like the one who was this, the one who did this. You know what I mean?
You
because
do
it's
want
1
us to
point
list
for
that
each.
or no?
Pardon?
You do want us to list that or no?
Yeah, list them. It's 1 point for each one that you can remember accurately.
Okay.
Chat. I'm curious to know, what do you think is going on with the tall ones? What do you think they are? Any theories? Any fan theories?
And is it how many the characters have met or how many we've seen?
How many do you, the players, know about?
Oh, okay.
Oh, got it.
Like I gave you a number of them, but how many have we specifically encountered or heard about specifically?
I'm gonna knock your freaking socks off.
I bet you're forgetting one.
You think?
Mm-hmm. I bet all of you are gonna forget one.
I bet you're gonna forget more than one.
I'm definitely gonna forget more than one, but I bet there's one that I'm like, oh, I remember this one, and I bet you guys don't.
You're right. You may be right. She may be right.
You know which one I'm talking about, Greg.
I do. I mean, Inara had like a bunch.
Inara's had a bunch, yes.
So yes, Koto
Hold on,
Buki,
wait,
Inara
let's
saw a council of 12. That is not the answer I'm looking for. I'll just say that right out. In the vision, Inara saw 12 figures of tall ones. But I wanted to, you can say the one that did this, like, or the one that was like this.
I was gonna say we're talking about ones that have had interaction with us.
In the story, because it's like some of them you've heard about who didn't interact with you, but
you said
like
the
I want to
players,
know
not the
specifically
characters.
how many do we think we know about?
Oh,
Whatever.
yeah.
I'm just gonna answer the way.
I was doing characters.
No, I was
Let's
doing
just
players.
answer the way and then whatever.
Yeah, answer the way. Answer the way, and the way will be the answer.
I was like, that's not a complete sentence. Answer the way. Wait, what? Wait,
It's
what?
like with Mystery Men, he's when the guy just always turns things around. The wise man just says one thing and then reverses it.
I will say, I think that is trivia question 12.
Well, so
he grouped them.
all of the names were one trivia question. To me.
Ugh. Oh my god.
Does it matter
Okay.
how
That's
many
okay.
questions
That's okay. It doesn't matter.
No,
I have
I'm
the
like,
order.
I'm on 12
so
and
whatever
he's
order
like
you put them
6.
in is fine to me.
Okay.
As long as we're in the same order, we'll be able to walk through the list together.
And I think if you've numbered the questions incorrectly, you do get those wrong.
I don't.
Yes,
I don't
Yeah.
think so.
that's what I heard.
Yeah,
too.
I think they automatically
Also,
get
if your
screwed.
name starts with an M, you get it
Yeah,
wrong.
yes.
No,
and if it starts with M and it ends in Ish L Parker, then
You're wrong.
yeah.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're talking about.
So I think this had to be one of the biggest shocking moments. Players, when we meet Siri.
What?
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Like one of the most shocking moments
Is
when we met.
When we
for the
met Siri.
players is when we meet Siri. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That was so exciting for me because I knew it was happening. And I was
Jason,
like,
did you have any thought that Siri was still alive?
I don't think I really questioned whether or not she was alive, but it was just the arrival on a now grown Drago cat that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool.
The Drago Cat arrival was pretty epic.
Yeah. And
Yes,
the
the
putting the
Drago Cat
puzzle
used
piece
to be this
together
little
of her
thing on
being the
Siri's
one
shoulder.
missing from the council was
Yeah,
really cool.
totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Like, of course, that's the council.
Oh yeah, I know. It makes perfect sense after you like meet her and you're like, right, she's her seat in the council. She's the one they talked about. When Bianca again is the one who got to tell me what became of Siri was all up to Bianca. And so she was like, by the way, she's still alive. I was like, what? I was like, that's such a shock. That was when I got the shock of it, and I was like, that's a great idea. I love that she's still alive. I hadn't even considered she would still be alive. And so after that, it was like we were talking, and I was like, I want to save that reveal for a big moment. How do we hide her? You know, if she's this significant spot, and Bianca was like, maybe they call her something different, like a leader name, you know. And so we came up with this.
Oh, that was
this
cool.
proper noun to call her, so you guys would think that was her name and you wouldn't question.
it's Aura, right? Or something. No. What was it
Ore.
again?
Yeah.
Ore.
Ore,
And it was
O-R-E,
something.
with some fun
We were like going through a couple names because for like Adamaya's whole storyline, I pulled a lot of Taino names, which is the indigenous people of Puerto Rico, and I'm Puerto Rican for anyone who didn't know that. And that was cool for me to like pull my shit into this
I never
realm,
knew that's
but
where you're getting the names from. That they're
Yeah.
like indigenous.
So
Wait,
Judakan-
so we're literally doing the same thing. I'm naming them after like
yeah,
my hometown. Like, oh, that's really cool.
yeah, like Judakan is
Yours is
actually
cooler.
the god of
Huracan.
Oh yeah, it would be Hurakan because Jay
Yeah.
is pronounced.
But
as
you
Jay,
make it a little
I-
fantasy world-y.
Yeah, I made it a little different, and he's actually like what the colonizers called their god of hurricanes or
Yeah.
something like that.
Because
Oh, that's where
Huracan.
we get hurricane.
Yeah.
Probably from Huracan.
Yeah. So
Oh,
yeah.
what? Wow.
And then,
okay.
but I was like, I don't want it to be hurricane. So I was like, well, what else is like chaos, you know? So that's where and that like the idea of him like being a being of a bunch. He's not like a humanoid. He's like a collection of all these objects and stuff that's constantly like changing and moving and stuff, and like that made me think of like a storm of like
Wait,
chaos.
Judakan's not like corporeal?
So all the gods can take on a being, but yeah, when you actually met Judakan on the battlefield, he was this torn
He was like a
cannons and chairs that would sometimes make the shape of a face.
Yeah.
So that image
Remember,
that
he was
I
like
have,
that gigantic like face thing that was like in the eye of the storm.
Whoa, no,
and that image that we have of him, it's like kind of like a mask on like, if you look at the picture, it's not like flesh. It's like a bunch of little like objects and
Oh,
shit
I just thought
that
it was a
makes
cloak.
up his body. No, if you, it's like objects and
Oh.
shit. Yeah. But
Yeah,
anyways,
So you failed
but
that
to go
question.
back to Ora, we were like, oh, it should mean something because I think it's cool if it means something. And I think that we found that was like a part of an Elvish word or something that meant like hope or something.
It meant heart or something like that.
Oh,
yeah,
it was something like that.
Fun.
Yeah.
Which-
It's
which,
funny how you all go for things like
Elvish?
Jason reaches back to his personal history for names, and Bianca goes always to language, and she'll hunt down the internet and she'll be like, let's look at this.
I just think it's
What's
cool.
the
Like,
root of this?
I just think it's cool. Like, even if the audience doesn't know that that's where that came from, I think it's cool for the players to know
What
that.
was the
Me too.
name of our
I think it's
of
neat
like
too.
the horrible cult at the end of Godslayers?
Oh, Nilvastum.
Neil
Yeah, the
Vastum.
Neil Vastum. I
We
wasn't
tr-
here
we-
for that
we
episode when you
brainstormed
guys.
that, remember?
Yeah, I wasn't
But
here
that
for
was
that episode.
that was in the same vein of like we brainstormed like Latin
It was Latin.
for like
Oh.
Zero life or something.
yeah
What I can't
anti-life
remember-
or something.
I can't remember where Vastum is, but we had Vastum from something, and then I was
Yeah.
like, Nil is nothing. So
Yeah.
Nil Vastum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well, Michelle, if Jason pulls from his past and Bianca's pulling from linguistics, what is your approach to names?
I think I do a mixture of like pop culture. Like Inara is definitely Inara from Firefly.
Yeah.
Who I always wanted to be.
Oh my
and dress
gosh,
like.
I
Oh, I
totally
did not
forgot
know
that was a
Yeah,
character name.
Morena
from Fire.
Baccarin in Firefly was very fundamental to my wanting to be like that. Like her style, everything, super cool. And
Firefly was amazing.
then Firefly was so good.
I knew that only because when I was doing the first animatics of all four of our characters, you and I talked about what Inara's theme would sound like.
Oh right, and I brought up the
And you-
Serenity Suite or whatever
yes,
it is.
and I
Yeah.
went looking for stuff, and I was like, oh wait, this is Inara
Yeah.
from Firefly. Yeah.
So I think I pull from
Obviously
Ancient
Leia.
World. Yeah, so I think I pull from Ancient World. Wait, obviously Leia.
Yeah, like Star Wars.
Yeah, Star Wars.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also just like the name Leia. I like short names, and then I pull from like a middle ground of like pop culture, and then also like ancient Greece, Rome, Byzantium, Etruscan.
that's cool.
I really like the ancient world. So yeah, and then I kind of go. Well, Etruscan was a culture community, like a civilization.
That's cool.
That's why like Etruscan columns are the precursor to Greek columns. You know, so if you
I
go
didn't
to
know
like
that.
if you go to like an Etruscan, like if you see Etruscan ruins, they have a lot of similarities to like Greek ruins, but it's not quite the same style.
Where did the archivist, like the Celestial Library, come from?
Yeah, so the Athenaeum, which is the school that I went to.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, it is a blend on Greek, like Athena, the goddess of knowledge, and then I also put a little Latin in there, but it's a real word that means place of exalted learning. And then I like books, so it's a library.
Yeah,
And
cool.
then I didn't want a librarian, so I thought an archivist is someone who is in the library full time. And then we have the Herald, which actually I read all these books called the Heralds of Valdemar series, which is a series by Mercedes Lackey, which is long and very porny. And it's
love
from the
those.
70s and
I'm
80s.
suddenly curious about this series.
Yeah, you should read it. There's a lot there. They were very queer friendly in the 70s and 80s as books.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And fantasy.
Go.
Yeah,
That's
fantasy.
cool.
Yeah, and it's maybe it's cringy now. I haven't reread them in a very long time.
There's a gay magic series that I'm the youngest of 5 sons, and my oldest brother is gay as well, and so he is such a nerd. He actually taught me D&D. This is how I used to play.
Oh, right.
D&D. My oldest brother was a nerdy gay, and he would play, and I was like a 9-year-old who would cry if I rolled badly.
Right.
And
Like now.
And he had this huge
So
nerdy
nothing's
gay
changed.
or nerdy book collection of Dragonlance novels and all these
Yeah.
other fantasy novels. And one that I found in there just randomly and drew out and just read was called Magic's Pawn. and then there's Magic's Price, and then there's Magic's like something else. And it's a trilogy of books.
I know.
And
these
it turns out that
books.
it's about the main character, and you don't find this out till late in the first book, is gay. And he's discovering that he's gay, and like what it is to be gay in this fantasy world is such a great. And as a young gay back then without like a lot of representation available, it was so significant to me.
Fantasy has
That's
been
super
there.
cool.
Fantasy has been there when other forms of media was not.
Right.
As, you know,
totally.
Yes,
Because
for
it's so
sure.
niche. The kind of people who yell about these things don't read those books.
Exactly. Like, you know, being in like middle school and reading the Heralds of Valdemar series, like, you know, and then Taldemar, I think is the name of where I come from, but that is Elvish.
That sounds like a
Taldemar. Yeah.
It sounds like the elfish place where they all.
It does
die.
sound elvish.
Oh yeah, I can't remember the name. The Summerlands or whatever they're
Tandorel
called.
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taldemar, it's on the wiki, which I don't have in front of me, and I don't remember what the translation is, but I think it literally means like hopeful place in the clouds or something like that, which
Tirnanog. That's what I was thinking
Tirnanog,
of.
yeah.
Oh, Tirnanog, yeah.
Yeah.
That's Norse. So on to a question that makes me think of. What I have is question number 8. You can question it, whatever. The next question is, what gods in the Feywild 1,000 years ago?
You need to repeat that. What?
What gods in the Feywild?
What happened to the gods in the Feywild 1,000 years ago?
What happened to them 1,000 years ago?
This is something we found out in our finale episode. So, leaving our final continent of Mithrandain, or leaving our penultimate continent of Mithrandain, what is the final continent we ended up on in this season?
Wallachia.
Back to where it all started.
We did actually go to
full
Pacifica in
circle.
between
It took us
via
30
portal.
episodes to do it. I thought it would take 24, and I thought we'd get past Wallachia.
You thought we'd do so much more than what actually happened, which is shocking
Yeah.
after 2 or 3 years.
The thing
that
that's
you still
really
think that.
the thing that's interesting to me is that you refuse to recognize a pattern, Greg.
Here's the truth of being a dungeon master is that I have to make more content than you will play.
For sure.
And that sucks, but so
it's all reusable.
Even though I'm like I don't really think about it anymore. If I'm like, oh, they'll get this far, I think, do I have enough? There's no way they'll get this far, because I have to stay ahead of you guys, you know. As to an extent, of course, there's a lot of making up stuff and responding to your choices, and that happens in the process. Following up with one more question, why is Alistair shocked when he sees Inara in the vision?
In the what?
In the vision where Inara and Alistair meet for the first time. Why is he so shocked to see her?
Oh, I actually have no idea.
I know.
Can't wait to find out why.
We don't know the full story on this, but
we know at least the like.
Yeah, we have enough information to answer. And the final question of the night. Describe what is happening to all 4 characters in the vision of the future that takes place on a red spot.
Oh, I know that one.
The vision of what? Describe what's happening.
Mrs. Visions.
Oh, okay.
Oh, describe it? I don't want to type that out. I can just think it. It's long.
That's fine. If you know all 4 answers.
What a cheater sentence.
It's so long.
I don't want to type it out. I just want to think it. Oh, yeah, I thought that. I get a point.
I mean,
I thought that
I
too.
could just write, because I could just write like.
I'm not going to win anyway. I
Cypress,
already lost.
You know,
things.
I won't answer it, but I'll just be like, what if it was Cypress blowing fire? You know, that's not long. You don't have to type much. And that's a walkthrough of our whole season. So, chat, what were your favorite plots? What were your favorite NPCs? Tell us what your favorite moments were. And tell us what you want to see more of in season 2.
Yeah, that's what I really want to know.
Yeah, I'm really curious about it too.
Yes.
I have some fun ideas for season 2. But I'd love to hear what the audience thinks. We all had a big meeting a few days ago. We chatted for hours about what we wanted and what we liked and what worked and what. So we'll be making some shifts and some changes on our side, but I'd love to know what worked for you as an audience and what you enjoy, what were your favorite stuff? What do you like best about our group? When are we at our best? That's a great question. Like, when are we shining?
Oh, these are some good answers.
Oh.
I might be a little biased. More commercials.
Also, Kotobuki, I have to commend you for the name Choke Daddy. I do really like Choke Daddy as Alistair's pseudonym.
I like it too.
Okay, you guys are creepy.
Now that we call him Choke Daddy, I
More
suddenly
singing.
totally
More
understand
singing.
Enora's fascination.
Yeah.
Greg, did you see that? More singing.
Well, we all agree on that. We're trying to fit singing into every episode, though I think we didn't. Did we not do it in our finale?
No, we did.
Oh, I
think.
did.
Didn't we get rated?
Didn't I sing to Leia or something?
No,
And we got rated.
No, we all sang.
Oh,
We
okay,
had like
we
a
did
huge,
that.
we had a
did
big old
singing
massive.
Because
Did we
we
do
got
duets
rated.
or
Les
something?
Mis. Yeah, remember because
No,
I was
No,
you
that
can
was a
always
different
expect
episode.
from
No.
our games that a season finale is going to be all the serious plot stuff is going to be high functioning. But when we launch next season, we'll definitely be having some sillier episodes. I mean, it sounds like we got really high response. Everyone enjoyed Tonky Gibbon. I personally loved our side episodes of the season, for the Sprout episode and Chow to Off. So I think those are really fun, and we'll keep up with those. But yeah, Win Two Fields wants more commercials. We are working on it.
Jolly.
Banyan, you can be biased all you like because Banyan was
Great.
a pretty awesome NPC, although ultimately not an NPC anymore.
Yeah, true.
They're a PC now.
Fully.
See
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
I want to see more secondaries, says Graham. Well, Graham, I'm going to give you your wish. We are going to meet 2 new secondaries very soon.
I'm excited for that.
I know. It took so long.
I mean, yeah, it's like
Are you excited
secondaries.
I think
They
so.
have to
I'm
be
a little
organic.
nervous for
They
mine.
have to be introduced organically.
Why are you nervous for yours?
Why are you nervous for you? Yeah.
I don't know. I
What
just am.
what's a hint that doesn't give anything away? What can you like teaser trailer?
It's gonna
us?
It's gonna be hard for me to be fully in it. I think.
What's teaser trailer something about them?
No.
Okay.
Great. Thank you all for coming tonight.
See you guys later.
Keep tuning in to NatOne for more exclusive content.
We haven't seen them. We haven't seen them yet, and they're also a race and class that we haven't seen yet.
They are a race and class we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, and we haven't seen the character yet. So I'm not reprising Starf or whatever.
Yeah,
and
some folks in chat are talking
yeah,
about
somebody
Starf.
said Starf.
Sure.
And then we also haven't seen the race and class yet in the game at all. Really.
Right.
So. Boo.
Okay. With this, our trivia is finished. So, do we want to do that now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, let's go through it all. Name the continents in order of visitation. I'll give you 1 point for each continent you got right, but I'll give you a bonus point for repeating the continents in the correct order.
Let's say them at the same time.
Oh, well, okay. I didn't.
Because I did write it that way.
I didn't do the repeats. I know
Do you
them,
think
but I didn't.
you can, Jason?
I can do them right now on the fly, but I didn't write them down.
Just take 10 seconds to do it because I bet you can do it.
Okay, thanks.
This is big stuff, and you know, if Enora is the winner, that's just so expected.
Inara is not here.
Arguable.
I'm so excited to read my answers.
Okay. Now I'm
Ready?
ready.
Ready to
Yeah,
go together?
it was just writing like
Possible
Pacifica like
9
4 times.
points
Yeah.
for this.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Wallachia.
That's one.
Pacifica.
Dasa Klub, Pacifica, Tonky Gibbon, Meg Croon, Pacifica,
Mithrandane, under Mithrandane, and then Mithrandane.
Well, Mithrandane, it was the continent of
Sorry, that's how
Mithrandane.
I wrote it. It was under Mithrandane and then
Yeah,
Mithrandane.
but I don't think that under Mithrandane is on a
That's
continent.
fine. It's
Mithrandane
just
is a
one continent,
Okay.
but I'm not going to discount it.
Okay. Pacifica, Wallachia.
Bianca's.
You are correct, and it is
just
10 points, and you
asleep.
are correct.
Great.
And I forgot that last little trip to Pacifica. You're right, though. You did go back.
Well, not everybody, but it was just like the portal
Not
was
everybody.
open, and there
You're
was
right.
like
Only some people went back.
yeah, there were like
enough
No, we had to.
political
We
relations.
all stepped through it to get to the portal because we stepped through the portal to go to Pacifica, and then I changed the portal with whatever I was able to do.
I thought the portals you changed were back on Mithrandane, and so we went back through the Mithrandane portal to another portal.
I believe I changed the portal in the middle of the battle.
Is that
It
how
wasn't
did
a
you
battle.
do?
It was
Bianca?
on a battlefield, but no one was like fighting.
Whatever.
You keep saying battle.
Field.
Bianca, how'd you do?
Why does love always feel like a battlefield? A battlefield, battlefield. Why does love always feel like a battlefield?
So
That's
she
how
didn't
well
get
she
any
did.
right.
Okay, she didn't get any of those.
No, I got them all right except for I put Autumn Kingdom.
And didn't you put like?
I'll give you a half.
Turkeyland?
I'll give you a half point for
I
Autumn Kingdom
put,
instead of
You
no,
put
I put
Tankyville or something?
Wait, it's Tonky Gibbon. I put Tonky Land or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I spelled it wrong though.
I'll give you any.
taking my full
If you
point
got
for that because
Tonky
you got
right,
Pacifica.
go ahead and take the point.
I'm
It's
getting full
Tonky
points for that.
Gibbon. If you got Autumn Kingdom instead of Mithrandane, take a half point.
I'm not even
Michelle.
gonna write
I
this
had
down.
Mithrandane.
I like.
You did
missed
not.
I had
them,
it, look.
so.
You did not until
Slashed.
we talked about it.
Well, you don't know.
Michelle did not have Mithrandane.
You did not have Pacifica in between.
Fight.
Because we'd already
Fight.
listed them.
Well,
We're
I
gonna
listed them
Why
all.
does love always
Okay,
feel
okay.
like a
Moving on.
battlefield?
NPC names. The name of the gnome who helped you in Dasa Klub.
Styx/Scrix.
I wrote
It is-
Styx, Strix, Scrix,
Yeah.
Trix.
Yeah.
We ended up on Styx, but yes, the contested name of the halfling who helped you on Dasa Klub was Styx.
Yeah.
The name of Oliver's childhood friend who turned to help you with your squad.
Pollyanna Cracker.
Yep.
Pollyanna Cracker is correct. What is the name of the boomstick enthusiast who helped you in Knox Fuse?
Slanger.
So I wrote Slinger, but I was like, isn't it also Mud? Wasn't it also her brother?
So Mud was her child, and
Oh, that
you
was her
saved-
kid?
you
Oh, I thought it was her
saved
brother.
Mud. And by the way, great job. I almost asked what was the name of her child as a bonus question, but thought
You
no
should
one
have.
would.
Oh, yeah. I thought that Mud was also part of that, but
No, we found Mud first, and Mud was the kid.
right. But
And-
I thought he also was like a boomstick.
No, you rescued him, and then she kept him away from you. For
Right.
Most of it. But good job. It's Slinger. What is the name of the gaunt, tall one devourer?
Daddy, Alistair.
Choke Daddy.
Oh, Daddy Alistair. What is the name of the creature who once called herself Azrael?
Madam.
I wrote Mistress.
It's Madam. So.
How you
1
doing,
point,
Bianca?
please.
I'll just take a
didn't
half.
have that.
I'll take a half point for that.
And I didn't have Slinger.
That's what he said. That's what he
No,
said. That's what
Mistress
he said.
is not
That's what I
right.
said. What is the name of the witch in Pacifica who reads the future?
Permissa.
Primrose.
Yeah. So
Permissa
No,
is
I
the
wrote
correct
Permissa.
answer.
Rose of a Dean.
And what are the 4 arena leaders in Dasa Klub?
I got one of the 4.
what? I got
Yeah.
them all.
No, I got one of the 4. I could not remember these.
We had Snozborn. We had Spitney Beers.
No, Snozborn was not one of them.
Yeah, Snozzy
He
Osborne.
was one of them.
He
Snozborn.
was?
He gave you his right off the bat. He was like, I wanted to have mine for free.
Snozborn, Spitney Beers, Dupe Snog or Dupe Snoggy, and
Dupe Snog,
Eve Stayoki.
Eve Stayoki.
Yes!
Oh, wow.
That is 4
I
points.
specifically
if you
thought
got all
Snozborn
4.
was not, and so I did not write him down. And then I had
Wait.
I had Spitney.
You had Spitney.
Yeah.
The one that I was having a hard time remembering was Eve Stayoki.
Yeah, that was hard for me too. And that I was thinking Eve Oki, and then I was like, oh, duh.
I remember. I was like, "What kind of music?" Thing? And
Yeah.
then I was like, "You probably went to EDM and Steve Aoki because I was connected to him." Anyway, moving on. That was that. So to me, all of that was question 2.
Yes. How many points is the arena leaders? Is it Just each
One
each.
And that should have been a possible 10 points there.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Well, so I don't understand. I only got one wrong, and I got all 4 arena leaders. Tell me what that means.
Then you got 9.
9.
Because there were 6, what is the name of, and then what are the 4
And
arena
how many
leaders?
did we get for all the first ones? The
They're all
Wallachia,
worth
the
1
continent
point.
ones.
Oh, sorry. So the continents was a possible 10 points.
Okay.
And this whole naming section was a possible 10 points.
Okay.
Got it.
Question 3, what does RAT stand for?
The Registered Alliance Team.
The Registered Alliance Team is correct. Number 4,
I have. I didn't know the R, but I did have Alliance Team.
So if you got Registered Alliance Team, take 3 points. If you got Alliance Team, take 2 points. What is the event in Macroon called?
Tree Toots.
Very good. What item does RMI have that should not exist?
Self-respect.
I put the marble.
The black pearl. They're all
It is
wrong.
a black pearl.
I think because I got that right, I get 10 additional points.
Does marble count for half a point?
I'll give you, so I'm going to give, if you got Macroon right, give yourself 3 points, the Tree Toots. 3 points for Tree Toots. If you got Black Pearl, give yourself 3 points. If you got Marble, give yourself 2 points.
Yay!
Now, what about self-respect? 1 point or 5?
-5.
Tempted to give you a point.
No!
Who was Linda's first kiss?
Sprout!
For 3 points, that's Sprout. All right, how many tall ones have we encountered?
Okay, here we go, everybody.
Yeah.
Here we go.
In chronological order.
Yes.
Well, since I actually don't know the order of this, I put the Archivist first.
Okay, that's 1.
But I was gonna say the Chronomage that gave Aramaya back her memories.
That's 2.
Oh, that's one I didn't think you guys would remember.
Yeah, we remember.
Oh, hell yeah.
I didn't think you would.
Well, we pay attention to your storylines.
Do you? You didn't know the Black Pearl?
That's the one thing I didn't know!
Okay, the one in the forest who told Cypress to go to...
Pacifica.
No, to...
Or to Priam.
I hate to correct you, but that was not a tall one.
I thought he was tall.
I thought he was too, because I had him too, because I also
You guys
had the one
talked
with the
about it a
dots
few
in.
episodes, and I did
Yeah.
not correct you back then, so you probably reinforced the idea that he was. But that was not a tall one.
So
That's
the
the
two
same. That
visions-
thing that stalked him in the forest is the same thing that gave him his glowing arm, which is this weird thing that makes everything symmetrical when it appears.
Oh, and that's not a tall one.
It's not a tall one.
But then the person that talked to Tristan on the dock that wasn't Madam but was the other thing, was that a tall one?
Also not a tall one.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
but we have been talking about those being the tall ones that influenced us this entire time.
That's what I thought. I thought that they were like influencing because they were part of the tall one collective.
You don't really quite know what those other two things. You are being looked at by several deities or similar type beings. You know, there are basically a lot of deities are staring at you guys and watching what you guys are doing. And the question of why is a very good question.
Okay, so those don't count, but they're not negative points because
No. You would have no way of knowing. So like, I'll just tell you. Yep, that's a tall one.
So okay, so neither of those, and then the end of the episode 1 that Alistair ate when we like introduced Alistair.
Do you remember anything about it?
Didn't he defeat, that's the one that saved us, isn't it?
It was a rainbow one. He ate this one that like was dripping this like paint of rainbow colors, and then after he ate it, he cried this like rainbow tear.
Okay.
But if you remember the one that Alistair ate, that's good enough for me.
Good.
Okay. Then I don't think we saw another one until Nox Fuse, right?
Well, I dreamt one at one point, and then I had the second dream that was the Council of 12.
But that was after Nox Fuse.
I don't know. I wasn't doing the timeline. I was just doing one from...
Sure.
I had one original one with the dream, and then I had the Council of 12 in the other dream.
Where we met Alistair again and he swallowed another one.
There was like a rot in the dream, and the dream got corrupted, and I got taken to Alistair, was my impression.
I thought he ate one in front of
I thought
people.
Alistair corrupted my dream and
Okay.
interrupted it.
I'm going to give you the 5 answers. There are 5 answers.
Oh, I said 5!
And you can tell me what you've got right.
Yeah. Okay.
There is a tall one changed Aramaya's memories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A tall one is working in the library.
Yeah.
Alistair ate a tall one.
Yep.
This earth tall one,
the green one,
helped you in Nox Fuse.
Yeah.
Yeah, who gave you the stone?
And Siri spoke to a shadow tall one, which told her a lot of information.
I had 5, but I had the shadow one as a dream. I had dream 1 and dream 2.
I don't think that's true.
Look.
No, I'm just saying.
Does it say shadow one?
Dream 1 and dream 2.
I don't think that was the tall one that Siri talks to.
No, I had it as a dream. I thought I had the dream.
I don't think so.
So we both got
I'll
it
let you grade
exactly the same
yourselves.
wrong.
If you
That's
think
what
you
I
got 4, if you think you got all 5. If you
I
think
got
you
them all right.
So what did we get? We got 4?
I'm doing 4 points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We both got
Possible 5. Next question. What happened to the gods 1,000 years ago in the Feywild?
They all disappeared suddenly is what I had.
I said they all gave themselves up to repair the shattered Feywild and became divine objects in this new world.
3 Jason and 1 point for Michelle.
Okay.
Bianca, did you have an answer?
They returned into artifacts.
Oh, 2 points for Bianca.
Nice.
Actually, Bianca, I'll give you full credit for that. 3 points.
Sweet.
Why is Alistair shocked when he sees Inara in the vision?
I'm in his locket, his lover's little locket. He knows me from a previous life or something.
The answer is he recognizes her as the person in his locket who is clearly significant to.
This is not probably right. I wrote because nobody else can come into his world and he finds that very fascinating.
Well, it would be interesting. He was summoned into this thing with her. I'll give you partial credit. I'll give you 1 point for that. B, did you have an answer?
No, I did not.
And 3 points to Inara for getting the locket part, which is
I didn't remember at all.
And the last question was, what are the 4 main characters doing in the vision of the future?
So we think it's Leia and Inara are fighting. I'm racing towards a bell. I think Tristan is yelling at me to make a choice. Or is it Cypress is yelling at me to make a choice? And the other one is fighting or something. Or fighting a ghost army.
Yeah.
Tristan's fighting a ghost army, and Cypress is yelling at me to make a choice or something.
I thought Aramaya was dead at Jirakon's feet.
That's not my vision.
No, that's the vision Permissa had of all of us.
That is the vision.
Oh, I thought it was the same thing as the
But
vision
you're
I
right.
had.
You saw. I did ask, what is everyone doing at the Red Tower? And Bianca is correct in this case. So if you wrote Jirokon is dead,
and I get 10,000 points for that.
That's wrong, because the point is in Aramaya and Cypress's vision of this, we saw Aramaya is going for the bell on the tower. We did see a vision of her dead at the feet, but that was one of the earliest visions we saw, and we don't know if it's connected to the Red Tower. So, out of 4 points, it was Cypress is floating in the air with his eyes glowing.
With one white eye and one black eye.
Yes.
Good. Aramaya is going for a glowing bell. Tristan is fighting an army of the undead. And Inara is fighting a mysterious female figure that may or may not be mysterious.
Yeah.
Well, then I got 3 out of 4.
Same.
Okay, well then add up those points and let's see how we did.
Oh boy, I'm gonna use my calculator.
I'm not going to add it because I'm positive I didn't win.
But
just add them up.
I didn't even write down the points because
Oh
I
my
really didn't get them
God.
right. Because I didn't get the Autumn King
Wait,
right. I didn't
oh,
answer
no.
your thing at all about the locket. I didn't get any of the arena things. I remember there was like an Ozzy Osbourne person, but I couldn't remember the rest of them.
Coda Bookie's asking, how many points to identify that Inara is the reincarnation of Titania who dated Choke Daddy? I
How
will
many
not
points
respond
total?
to such wild fan accusations.
Are you mad
And
because he guessed?
Winfield
Because
says,
they guessed
plus she
right?
has the Black Pearl and maybe can change all of it.
Oh.
I don't even know if I can.
What'd you get?
When I hold that black pearl, nothing happens.
How many points total, Gregory?
Let's see. Out of a possible 20, 32, 37, 43. Out of a possible 47 points. Oh, I should have made 3 more points.
I was gonna say, come on, not 50.
I didn't add them all up beforehand.
Although 47 is J.J. Abrams' favorite number, so
Oh.
that means something.
Okay, well maybe I'm
why do you
thinking
know
of a bonus 3-point question right now that might change the outcome of this game. So, what are our points?
3, 2, 1.
40.5.
80,000
37 and 40.5.
and 80,000.
Even if I gave you a 3-point bonus question, you can't catch her now, Jason Snow. The winner is Michelle. Michelle, what did you get wrong?
I wrote
Oh, where to begin?
Autumn Kingdom.
Okay.
I got Mistress wrong.
Okay.
I didn't get one of the tall ones. And I
Okay.
got something. I said marble instead.
Mm-hmm.
And I got 1 point for they disappeared suddenly.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, you still pulled it off. How do you feel? Are you a champion? Is this the best night of your life?
I feel incredible and unsurprised.
And what I didn't tell you is that the winner of this gets to sing a song. And get over to that piano.
Yeah!
I'm not going to get over to the piano.
Congratulations. You've won this
This honestly feels
cherished prize.
like a punishment.
Yeah!
No. It's definitely a
It
cherished
feels like
prize.
Feels like a prize for me.
Let us know in chat if you can hear the piano or not with our new mic situation. Or why don't you can put the little God mic on the piano for right now if we try to.
Where do we plug it
Sure.
in?
Let's see what this does.
It's not plugged in.
There's one right there. But we can see how it's yeah.
What's our vibe tonight?
Well, I'm not
I
singing,
don't know.
so just use my mic. It's just Michelle singing.
Well, I just feel like let's just try the sound for now.
No, I think I can hear him talking, so I think it'll work.
Okay, great. Do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Alistair, you're my little choke daddy, and I can't wait till you hurt me accidentally and then apologize again. I'm healthy. This is good. Anara just likes a little adventure in life. Oh, Alistair, be my choke daddy. Tell me you love me. I'm in your locket. I can't wait to find out that you're my future husband forever. Oh, yes, oh, Alistair, it's you and me walking through the stars. I love you forever, and I can't wait till you accidentally choke me again. I've only had one kiss. Will you please be my second, my third, and my last? If I die while kissing you, I'll die happy. I love you, Alistair.
Yay! Beautiful.
Oh,
Beautiful.
Wow. Wow. A song of bondage.
That made me very nervous.
How was chat? How was piano versus
microphone?
Microphone. How'd we do?
Oh God. I
man.
don't want to hear my isolated vocal later.
Oh, it's
I guess
beautiful.
I'm not a good-
You should feel so proud.
I can't wait to clip that out actually and put it on the timeline for all time.
For all time.
For
So
all time.
none of us.
Yeah, I can't hear. I
again?
can't.
I'm
I can't
sweating.
tell you because I'm coming in through Zoom, so I don't know if I.
Yeah.
I wanted to
Also-
talk about some changes for next
Yay!
season.
Oh yeah. Can I just actually throw a thing out? I was chatting with Win had DM'd this a while ago. A song timestamp, and I actually want to go through and clip out all the timestamps of all the times we've sung.
Yeah.
That's
So,
cute.
Chat, for those of you, if you find yourselves ever rewatching an episode, if you think about it, it would be the biggest help in the whole wide world to throw a timestamp or two maybe on our Discord, and then I'll go through, clip them out. And if y'all do that, then I'm all about credit and everything. So I'll clip this whole thing together and then just throw your names up there as a massive thank you for all this. Cause that would be hours saved of going through all of the footage. If you just think about it, if you're inspired.
I also think we could do something like if you clip a timestamp or you tell us a timestamp for a song, you can get a free redeem.
Love that.
I
love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll just know that you have a free, one per episode, but you'll get a free redeem that you don't have to use your points for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Except for a VIP or NPC,
Yes.
which I feel like should be saved.
Yeah. But something like
the cheers or the
Yeah.
accent or song mode or whatever. Yeah.
Or if you if you do a 5, then great, you can give someone inspiration for an episode, or or some such.
Totally.
Yeah.
Let's talk changes.
Let's talk change.
Yeah.
My big one that I want to throw at the group is I'm finding it difficult as a DM with this particular group of players because of your characters. You have so many rerolls available to you that I would like to take away our inspiration at the top of games.
I agree with it, but we should do a mechanism where we can get inspiration granted.
So now I'd like to go back to the more traditional way of granting inspiration, which is that I would grant it based on role play. If we can get into very, really good role play scenes, I can then cap off with congratulations, you two, that was lovely. You both are awarded inspiration.
Oh, I'm into that. Yeah. I'm into
And
that.
I like that on multiple reasons. It feels like a emotionally charged conversation would inspire your character. You know what I mean? It would motivate your character to want more or to be more impassioned. So it makes sense to me as a storyteller, and I think it helps with gameplay.
Great. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, I'm glad you're all on board with that because I think one of the things I felt from the first season was something you guys complained about a little too, which is just that I think I'm used to playing with this group with bumpers on, kind of being oi, that, if you do that, then this is going to happen. And the person going, right. And it contributes to one of the issues we have as a group, which is we tend to metagame too much. And we're working on that, and we're talking about ways to help. And one of the ways is that I stopped correcting your path. So I'm going to let you guys fail and fail big, because at times I really thought I was I'm going to get the battle, and you guys would breeze right through it with if you roll well, there's just nothing I can do to touch you. You know what I mean? With your current collection of the Petrified Dungeon, for example, had some monsters in there that were there to beat you. And you guys just chose everything right. You avoided the monsters, you crit rolled on all these things. And so I was just man, they're just walking through this. And it started to feel like the risk in the game went away as the plot took over. So I want to kind of redirect that and put some more pressure on the group, especially now that these secondaries aren't they there so that if your primary botches it big time, the blow feels not so bad,
But does that mean, so you're saying in the middle of the game, Oliver will just come out? What do you mean by that? Uh-oh.
To
Hold on.
justify.
Say that
We
again.
lost you a little bit.
Say that again. Say that again.
Yeah, I see my internet connection's going weird today. It's not. We can always connect back to our home base, and we can be like, we so and so is down. They need immediate help. As always with character deaths, if your character does die, I'll discuss with you. There are kind of two options you can always have. And one is that you can always build it into the story that there is a way back to your character. It doesn't mean it's immediate, doesn't mean it's easy, but there is always, you can tell me, I want a way back.
Yeah.
Or, this is a new thing I want to offer the group. If you don't want a way back to your character, I am granting you a ability to go out in a blaze of glory.
Oh.
And what this means is if you want to let your character go, I'll let you take over the plot for a bit and make choices.
Cool.
To do such a thing.
Yeah.
Well, that's fun.
So yes, I'm going to let my character die, but in the process, they're going to take the dragon doing this. You know,
Yeah,
something like
cool.
that. That's just a little enticement to make you guys feel a little maybe fast and loose with your characters. But as a storyteller, I'm always okay with continuing the stories that we've spent 9 months building now. I would never be like, oh, because I rolled a series of 20s, Inara is now dead in a battle against rats. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, what a terrible story ending. So in that situation, I'd be like, no, there's a nearby priest. We'll have to do some journeying. We'll have to find a way. But that's just such an unhappy conclusion that I wouldn't be happy with it, you know? Whereas if Cypress right now, who kind of rescued his mom and temporarily kind of in a good place with the plot, wanted to go out to save the whole team, I think that Garrett might actually jump on that choice, you know?
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Is there any changes that you guys as players would like?
I mean, we can just talk about the stuff that we talked about in the, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to attempt to be as close to paper and die, like real dice and paper as possible.
Yeah, I would say the biggest one is that we're going to stop sending our rolls pretty much to roll 20, and we're going to start rolling IRL.
Yep.
Which is pretty exciting.
We're gonna give it a go. We do have to figure out little things like, because we still need a battle screen. So
Sure.
If I'm controlling the battle screen, that's fine. I want to run at it and attack, and I can move your character. But we do need to all have access to see the battle screen.
Yeah, I think we have a fix for that.
Yeah.
I think we'll have a visual on each of our tables, which will work very well.
Yeah, we've all got an iPad that we can bring to at least
Yeah.
pull up Roll20 and look at the battle map.
Yeah, I think we'll need some sort of. We still need to be connected to technology, but I do like the idea of getting us. Honestly, I think rolling dice is always more fun than doing it on the computer.
I think especially doing it in the finale, and like I keep talking about it, but that moment where Leia rolled like a 19 and I needed a nat 20 to beat her, and I rolled, and it was like so shocking that both
you and Bianca
and I
screamed.
gasped,
Yeah.
and you thought it was a roll 20 and it was a nat 1. You know, like it just made me realize that I really miss the physical dice. So I'm happy that we're going to at least try to go to that. And if it becomes like a burden or a hassle for anybody, we're still going to have the computer eliminated, and it's still possible to roll on the mobile browser on an iPad or something.
Yeah,
so
we're going to figure out a way. But I think we're just trying to focus on how to metagame less.
Yeah.
Identify it as
one
of our big weaknesses. Is like, I think our team it's a team of completionists and game players. And so when you guys hit any situation, you guys dive right into how's the best way to do this. And the result is two things. It pauses the gameplay, and B, usually things go very smoothly for this team, which maybe is not the most fun for a D&D game.
Yeah.
You know, when you're like, when you have an extra 15 minutes to perfectly plan something, then you just kind of need to roll mediocrely well for work. But if each of your players are thrown into a situation where you have to make choices on your own immediately, I think we get some of the more chaos that is fun in battles, you know?
You know what's fun about last night? was playing with people who were much more seasoned than I am, and when we would battle, everybody was very quiet the whole time, which is very different. And like one of the guys in the battle wanted to send a message to everybody else, but he sat on it until it was his turn. And as a bonus action, he took communicating to his group to give them an order, or like say, basically he said like, my next turn, I'm going to ready a huge spell. Everyone back up.
Yeah.
And then for all the rest of our turns, we all backed up.
That is the way
then
it
when it
should
came
be.
around to his turn, then he cast like an area of effect fire spell that did a lot of damage, but one person rolled poorly or something and they couldn't back up and they got caught in it. But we knew it was coming, and that was really fun.
Yeah, I think it
I really
increases
think like what. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I think it increases like the stakes of battle to force communication to your turn. And then also it cuts the metagaming. Like if I'm going to do something and you look at me and you're like, oh, maybe if you could, like, we can't have that conversation.
Right.
If I'm do my turn and you have that idea, you have to use talking to me as a bonus action to be like, next turn, combo number 2. And we
So
combo
I did that
number
last
2.
night.
Right.
I did that last night. I said to the guy who was doing the fire stuff, I was like, oh, on my next turn, I would like lob a fireball my way, and I'll take my lance and you know like basically imbue it with a magic thing, and I'll stab the dude. And we kind of figured out the logistics of it. And he rolled super, and then on the next turnaround, he lobbed his fireball, and I rolled so poorly, and
Nice.
it didn't work. But it was cool in the idea of we used our bonus action at the end of our turn to make a plan for the next turn.
And it has the benefit of failure.
Yeah.
Like it's fun.
Anticipation.
Yes.
And then
so maybe next time it will work, or at least you tried, or every plan doesn't always work.
Yeah.
Or I like those consequences. And I think it will make us all more like focused in battle, and it'll make battle faster and more engaging.
Something I noticed in our final episode, like the first hour was mostly role play, and it was just, I think everyone was so committed and everyone was so focused, and it was so like the stakes were very high in all the plots. So I get why everyone was so focused, but it was really awesome. It felt like you felt the power of a good game, you know? And then we got into battle, and almost instantly the battle was okay, but almost instantly all of us like relaxed and our shoulders go down and we go very casual almost instantly, and we just kind of turn into a group of friends chatting and playing a game secondary to chatting, you know?
I'm
and that
excited
happens.
to see that difference.
We've kind of trained ourselves to do that in some of the fights. So sometimes the fighting goes well, just in the same episode, us battling that warrior upstairs where the three of you were like trying to take down this one woman who was just raging was a really fun battle that we were all invested in.
What battle was
But
that?
anyway, I'm just saying that it's one of the things that
The monster on top,
we
I
could
think,
really
would play
focus
that.
on is how to make battles more interesting to us as a group and thus more interesting to watch.
I also part something that I did that I think is super fun that will help is, you know, when we take healing potions and stuff, I made some healing potion bottles with the amount of dice in them.
Cute.
So this is like 4d8, which I think is for your chromatic orb. It should be 3d8 though. But this is 4d4. There's one that's 2d4. So if we take a potion, we can just pour it. And I know that this dice is really bad. I know I got 4 points of healing, you know?
Oh, that's
very
cute.
cute.
Yeah, which I think will help.
And then also we can keep track of our potions that way too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah.
They
I
can
really
be
like
yeah.
that.
And I
You
have
know-
a bunch of these. So we
Greg,
can use
you know
them.
what's fun that we did
I made
last
this
night that
for
I
your
did that
chromatic
we haven't
orb.
really done much is we
I don't take it as a potion.
No, but here.
we had an option to go to town and shop before
Yeah,
we
well,
set out.
we talked about that early game. I was like,
Yeah.
do you guys want money to be real?
Well,
You know, and
what was fun about it was when we got to the shop, there were things that were like, yeah, there's potions of healing, but there were also like potions of underwater breathing.
Mhm.
And it was
Yeah.
like, why are these here? And of course, we needed them, but they were very expensive. They were like almost prohibitively expensive.
Yeah.
Right.
So we had to like pool our money, or I forget what we did, but like we basically had to like Sophie's choice it, and like we only had 2 instead of 5.
Yes, correct.
And
Yeah.
so then when it came time for that moment, we had to split the party up, which was really fun.
Yeah.
And then the potions that you buy or the potions that we bought meant so much because they were so expensive. Like we had, I think, 200 gold a piece, and each potion was $50.
I will say, I am not personally a huge fan of restocking marketplace scenes where everybody has a shop that they want to go to. But I think what would be interesting is if we did want to consider gold at all, and we all started with an amount of gold and actually kept track of it, if we wanted to, if we did like sort of, what's the water Zelda, where it's the traveling boat? Like, what if there was
Wind
like,
Waker.
Yeah, what if there was like a merchant who was like almost the cabbage guy or whatever,
Sure.
and like we could either call him or, we could telefan him and ask him, are you in
like
the
he's
area?
part of Renlock. He's
Exactly.
part of Renlock's.
He's like Renlock's traveling snake oil machine.
Yeah.
Snake
I think
oil.
that's something like that. Because currently, the system I kind of use for items is when we hit a new location, I say, okay, guys, so here we have a wand shop, and I'll let you guys tell me some of the wands that are in here. So I usually let you guys invent some items that you can purchase because we don't use money. But if you'd rather that I have items available and you choose, it just seems like it's low stakes when we haven't actually tracked money.
Well, I'm saying, if we do ever get, like, if we can talk about that off screen or whatever, if we want to start tracking money. But I will say, like, it could even be like a tulip shop instead of a tulip port, a tulip shop where you like plant it and it sprouts like a tree that has these things.
It makes
and they're
sense
all
that
on
Renlock's
the
been
random
getting
table.
better. It also makes sense that like the world is more explored now than just what you guys have seen.
Yeah.
Right. And if the rats are still involved, then it does stand to reason that there are other portals that are being opened up that we don't know about because they've
That's
beaten us to
correct.
the
So
punch
like
in
I think
places.
when we open season 2, I'll probably have new continents already on your map that you haven't heard about or been to yet because they've been explored by others.
I'm playing right now. Daniel and I are going through the remake of Resident Evil 4. Did you guys ever play that one?
I don't.
No.
It's too scary.
It might be too scary, but it's really good, but it might be too scary.
I mean, if we've seen me and Greg play Girls and Games,
yes,
those games are too scary for me. Right? That's Village, isn't that Resident Evil?
That was Village, yeah. It's Resident
And
Evil.
I will say, I think 4 is the best one that they made for the GameCube. But the reason I bring it up, and this is obviously for everything, but like you'll be going through, I'm trying to get this forest, and like off in the distance you'll see a torch with like fuchsia fire, and you're like, oh, there's the merchant.
Yeah.
Run!
Exactly. I think that's cool.
And you'll be like, oh, off in the distance you see, and anytime you see like fuchsia fire glow anywhere, you're like, it's a merchant! Run! Go!
That's
And so it's
stressful.
Well,
I
but
don't want to
what's-
think about it that
But
way.
what's fun about it, like, especially like if it was our game, is there could be some sort of calling card that then starts to become like, oh my god, it's so and so with the.
What if it's like when you hear the ice cream truck and you're like, it's coming?
Oh my god,
Yes.
what if it's a little chime and
musical
and a tulip
thing.
shop
Yeah.
gets dropped in our bag
Yes.
or something?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
diddly, there's a tulip shop now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we can choose to use it or save it or whatever.
What's the?
I like it. Like when we had, if you remember, well, in one of our side games that the audience doesn't really know about, we played a game called The Librarians. And in The Librarians, when you guys leveled up, you got to go to the library and choose an upgrade. And there was each of you had like 5 upgrades available that you could always choose from. And that felt like a really fun system for everyone, of kind of like a shop that has real choices, It just is hard. Yeah, like I said, just becomes hard because we haven't actually realized money. So I don't know how to value things where you can't just say, great, we take everything.
Well, I think we could just start. Why not just start?
We could roll
Like-
on a random. We could roll on a random gold generator thing, or make it story background based on what we've done.
Or Renlock could just show up and be like, hey guys, I'm
Here's
so
your
sorry.
pay.
I owe y'all some back pay. Here's 400 gold apiece. All
Right.
these potions are $60 to $75.
That's cheap for a potion.
Right. I have been telling the
Okay.
story that you guys are being well paid for this gig. So I think
Just saying.
having done all the stuff you've done, you probably are not hurting for money anymore. But we could still make things expensive and stuff.
I kind of like the idea that it's like not a one-time thing, but I kind of like the idea it's like we're not buying food, we're not buying rations.
I'm not making you guys keep track of like your spell.
But it is cool thinking that like there'll be a shop that can be stocked either with things that might help us that you've planted or things that are random. We don't know the difference, and
exactly
we decide
right.
what to buy.
Right. We don't know what we should be like, you should look twice at that versus like, that's garbage.
I think it is an interesting element, but it is another thing to import into our game. So
the only reason I like it is because then I'll be thinking, okay, in my potion satchel, in my pouch, I've got
exactly
these things that I bought that now I remember, like, oh my god, I have this thing. And
here's what I'm gonna do. Here's what I want to do. Oh, I really like this. This is a very Legend of Zelda. Button fairies, which are all over the continent.
I hate them.
Wait, we're getting an echo again. What is that? Say it again.
I don't know why. But button fairies. Maybe if you touch a button fairy, I make you roll like 1d6, and if you roll a 6, you get a special salesman who has magic items to give you.
Yeah. I mean, I also just feel like the arcs and the like when things kind of begin, when they crest and when they kind of subdue. So like you also could just place
I like the chime idea.
I like the chime idea too.
Yeah, I like the idea of like we hear
cute.
something along the lines of what is it?
Yeah. But not that because it is trademarked.
It is Mr. Softy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we can work out the details later.
Okay. You guys want items buying to be a little more present in the game.
Yeah.
I brought something. This is a total.
Oh, is this your show and tell?
Well, a little bit. The potion bottles were too.
Show and tell.
Before D&D Beyond, before Roll20, I was DMing, and this is what you would need.
Oh my
to DM.
god.
Yes, this was my handmade DM screen that had random encounter, everything. It had everything. It had ability checks, saves, throws, random encounter table, the price of goods and services, the type of weapons, what all the checks were, common monster stats, an encounter builder.
Yeah.
Everything about resetting. This was like,
and
I
this
used
is
this,
why.
and look at what I built for it. This was my
Holy
DM screen for like probably 3 or 4 years.
But see, this is why I never wanted to get into D&D because this is scary.
But this is the DM.
Right, but I mean, even you guys want to go back to paper stuff, and it's like, that's why I kind of liked the way we played on Zoom, was because everything was right there at the touch of our fingertips.
So here's what was fun, at least last night. I was on a level 3 character.
That is so much.
Last night was
Well,
fun.
I don't have any screen,
started
but most
thinking about,
DMs
like-
do have something like this. But we play such a like homebrew that I don't use.
I just thought this was funny because I felt like such a genius when I made it.
It looks genius
because it is so portable and it's all laminated. So I would take wet erase markers with me everywhere, and I would have my character sheet in a laminate
very
sleeve,
cool that unfolds
and I would
like
wet
a-
erase
like
all my information.
Oh, that's
very
nice.
smart.
Yeah. So
yeah, last night I had like, because I was Seth, so I was like a homebrewed dragoon. Which is like a knight that can like jump into the air with his spear and then come falling down and stab people, presumably if he rolls well, which he just
Jason, my question was, did you just, because the homebrew version of the dragoon that we settled on, you get bonus damage on these big jumps, but if you miss, then you take damage.
Right, you do. You take fall damage. You take half fall damage.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, so I would do all that. But what was fun about it was that, like, by the end of the night, I mean, we played for 6 hours, but by the end of the 6 hours, I didn't really have to look at my sheet anymore, because I just was like, yep, I know what I'm doing. I've got the 3 things that I do all the time.
that is the benefit of the sheet.
And it was nice because all of a sudden I just was like, oh, I know what I do. I know my dice. Boom, and I did it. And I had these things that I don't have as Tristan, but I want to look into if my class gets it, or if maybe Linda's class gets it. But you get like action surges.
Sure.
B, do you have any of these in your character? Do you have any
A bard,
surges?
I think a bard nor a paladin
No.
gets action surges.
Damn it!
I think it's a barbarian thing.
I loved it because it was like once per short rest, you can heal yourself because you're so like locked in, and then once per short rest, you can take one extra turn.
Fighter class.
Yeah.
That's what Kotobuki just said. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a
It's
fighter class.
thing. It's like how the barbarian has rage, and when you go into rage, you take half bludgeon. You take half of all like physical damage to your body because you're enraged, and your skin like.
I loved it. I was like, that's so fun to like. Because then when we docked, because we were on this like ship, we battled this water elemental. We docked at this lighthouse, and everyone was like, kind of licking their wounds and talking about it. I was like, can we maybe take like an hour to lick our wounds and depart this ship? Because boy, I would love to take a short rest.
It really does. I think it really does. I think playing on paper really does bring you a lot closer to your character. And I think our knowledge, because it's been a long time for me. I haven't played on paper since the pandemic, basically, because everyone started playing on Zoom.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it was
we
very
kind
exciting.
of do play on paper semi-regularly because you guys, the SPCs things. When we play episodes and I give you those one-shot characters, then I just give you a piece of paper and you are playing off of that one piece of paper. And it seems like it works, but those are simplified characters, of course. But yeah, it's things like spells lists and battle that we'll have to figure out. But I think we can.
Yeah, I think
I just think it's more complicated for wizards because if I want to go and change my spell book.
Well, wizards, you're right.
Or
like
change
wizards
my
have to
spells
pick
from
their
my spell
spells at the top
book.
anyway,
But
so not
you
as
only
hard
do that
as a sorcerer.
Yeah,
but you're right. You do need access to your spell list.
Yeah, I think there's two. I mean, I don't know if we want to go into it, but I do think my iPad is very old, but I have the D&D Beyond app here, and so it has all of my spells listed and their damage things and everything, so I can shuffle through them. I can edit my spell list and whatever. The only thing it doesn't do is send it to Roll20, but I don't really think that's necessary anymore. I think just
can you
die? That's
can
not going
you have the same spell list or can you have the spell list that Aramaya needs to?
Well, she's got her iPad.
I have a very old iPad, but yeah, we can try it.
I think
you're like if we had one iPad
first-
in the middle of people, like if Gare and I share an iPad, you two share an iPad, can you have the spell list on
I
that
think
pulled up?
we'll probably each have our own iPads,
okay.
and then I think we'll use the third iPad. I think our table's going to be a little iPad heavy just because of spells.
Sure.
But you guys were saying for the first one we're not having any except for Roll20, right?
I don't mind. I mean, I'm not opposed to having it here to look at your spells and read your spell text. I just would like to roll the real dice. But that's just a personal. I'm gonna roll the real dice.
Yeah.
Oh, but we're allowed to use iPads on our first episode back.
I mean, I think you should try dice for one time.
But we're gonna have our iPads for our spells, is what I mean.
I don't. I mean, I'm not like a.
That's so much
meta
easier
geek.
because we were talking about printing them
I remember
out. So
that.
it's
I
so
know.
much easier.
Yeah. I think it's a lot easier to just see them on here. I just think we
agree.
should roll. I think we should roll physical dice.
So the idea being if as much as we can roll physically, that's fun. But then however
on that
we
note,
need
let's
to,
all bring in all of our
simplify
dice. So if we have a spell that's 6d8, you're not just rolling 1d8 6 times.
Yeah, I think
Sure.
I'm probably still
Right.
just gonna because I don't want to do math. So I'll probably
Yeah,
just
I
roll
think
and
that
say it out
at
loud.
this level, it's probably not going to be a big deal because most of our spells are going to be 3d8.
Yeah, that's true.
And anyone can be 8 + 2 + 4. That's not too bad. But when we get to higher levels and we're doing 10d10, that does start to get pretty crazy. It can be fun as well, so we'll just have to balance it.
Yeah. I think for me, I think if I have a spell that does 5d8, I'm probably going to use my 3d8 and ask somebody for 2.
So that's what they did last night when
Yeah.
I fucked up that dude and I threw that bead at him. The DM was like, all right, well, since your table is not pleased with these actions, everyone please give Jason a d4 so that he can roll all of your d4s to kill this person horribly.
Yeah.
And everyone gave me their d4. They were like, and I was like, I'm so sorry. I was like, I realize I've done something so wrong. And the DM at one point was like, well, you don't have to do it. I was like, no, I'm practicing not metagaming. I'll do it. I said I was gonna do it. I'll do it. And I rolled it. And of course, out of the not d4s, it was d8s. And of course, out of the 5 D8s, I rolled 2 nat 8s.
Wow.
Out of all the shitty rolls I rolled last night,
yeah,
I critted 2 of them.
Good.
I'm looking forward to it.
At least you got 2.
I feel so
We
bad about
are
it
at the
still.
end of
No,
the
at
night.
least
Is
you
there
got the 2
anything
kids.
that anyone wants to add, or is there anything that we should tackle before we say goodnight?
I feel good.
I'm excited. So I think we're all probably going to take next week off, everybody.
You're
Oh, Monday?
taking next week
Yes.
off.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Greg is gone.
Oh.
And Garrett.
Garrett
I'm
is
gone,
gone.
Garrett is gone, and you, Jason, are gone.
Yes, I may be in a Groundlings show. TBD. If not, I'll be stoned playing Resident Evil 4.
Michelle and I will be getting oysters for happy hour on Oyster Monday.
I didn't know, but now I know.
Wait, if I don't do the Groundlings show, can I come have Oyster Monday?
No. Oh, maybe.
Good night, everybody.
So good night, everybody. We hope
Thanks
to
for
see
hanging
you.
out with us.
We'll keep you a heads up if we're doing Thursday or not, and we will see you a week from Monday.
Thanks for hanging out with us, guys.
Bye, guys.
Oh,
We love
and
you.
in our premiere, by the way, in 2 weeks from tonight, you may see a live commercial.
Ooh.
Oh. All right,
That's
stay
all.
tuned, y'all. See you on the flip.
Thank
Born from the stories whispered in dead of night. They burn our pages, but we're damned to survive. We flirt with dying, cause the fear tastes like wine. Heathens creep like demons in the moonlight. They hate our morals, we don't play by their rules. We live by a loaded die in this sick game. We're your favorite misfits and we're coming for the glory. Love to hate us cause it's scary that these rejects could be legendary. Come and have a taste, a tiny bite could poison your fate. You should know the brave, they don't fear the grave. We are the natural ones. The holy hypocrites are on their black thrones. We're righteous renegades who come for their crown. We risk a all for our souls, and we raise a drink to soothe the sting that death brings. We're your favorite misfits and we're coming for the glory. Love to hate us cause it's scary that these rejects could be legendary. Come and